deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you.
Miley, welcome to the crazy train. Thank you. Oh, I hear an echo. Hey, Tammy.
Hello.
Hey, just heard from Justin. He'll be here. Everyone's busy, so people will be here
Yep.
when they arrive.
When they get here.
We got Tammy. We got, I haven't heard back from Mandy today, but she did get the invite, so we'll see. And we got, Brittany, Justin, Mark, and Ryan finds truth. He finds truth. He seeks it and he finds it. Hey,
Just
GMD.
that.
Hey. Do you remember Courtney Struble's case?
I do.
Okay.
We had started that and then everything got sidetracked.
Yeah, and I think it was good to kind of go about how, give it a breather and then, we'll turn the temperature up again.
Yeah.
Also, I've now got to be out in the community, right? So,
Yeah,
have
you
I
were.
ever got to
Yeah.
hear a lot?
Yeah.
Justin, hey boo.
Hello.
I don't have quite as great
Justin.
intros as Mr.Cher.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live now. Yeah.
Hi. How you doing? Everyone good?
That's not the real Smiley, by the way.
Too.
That's a different Smiley.
Yeah, that's got to be a different smell.
Yeah. They have only 34 subs. Had to check,
And you
Yeah,
were
Right.
actually, Cher, you were going to go to like the, was it, was it a bowling alley or no, it was a veterinarian office.
We went there. Yep. We've been there a
Okay.
few times because that's where, our cats go to.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. It's I've got to hear a lot. So Justin, do you remember when Mark and I were covering missing girl here, Courtney Struble,
I
local
remember the
to our
name. I don't
town?
remember the story, but I remember the name you talking.
Okay, perfect, because we're gonna get into it.
Oh, nice.
Also, yeah, I'd like everybody's help. That's why I invited you guys tonight. There's some stuff in the community, locally, that was brought to my attention while at work. So that's why such a short notice. So I appreciate you guys hopping on tonight when I gave you just a couple hours notice, because
Oh, no
I
problem.
wasn't expecting some of it. So um you don't have the power to make
Thank you for
rainbows or
joining my chat
waterfalls.
today. I was so upset about
Yeah.
the police officer.
Yeah, that was wild.
I
That
missed that chat, but I was in the one earlier. I'm trying to my mind just went blank when you were
oh
doing the protest, and then
Mhm.
for Benjamin, I never can say his name.
Yahoo.
Yes,
Yep.
I was in your chat then, but then I had to leave because I had to take my grandkids home. But I missed your other live. I didn't get to go in it.
it was triggering AF, Tammy. You gotta watch it back though, because like, I don't
It
even
really
know.
does because I
Yeah.
mean, as true crimers, we got to support the police, and I do, but you also have to equally, you know, the like good cops don't like
Hmm.
bad cops either, right? Because it makes
Exactly.
them look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's humans at the end of the day, and not all humans are good, and not all humans are bad, and so
No
you're
matter
gonna get
what.
good and bad in the police
Right.
station.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
problem
that
with
was
this is like literally lives. You know,
yeah.
she did not, you know, deserve that. She did at all.
Hmm. It seems more and more this dark world is like being forced upon
Hmm.
us more and more. It feels that way since summer. you know.
I think it's felt like that way since 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's when the world changed.
this is true.
I really feel like that's when it changed. Like the 90s were freaking amazing
Mm.
in America. Like they were the best. 80s,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I wish. I mean, could you imagine us growing up as kids with fucking social media? I'd be
No.
probably dead, to be honest.
gosh.
No, like for real, because I was in a suicide pact, but like I would have, if I got the heat I get today back then.
Oh, I got what you mean. Got what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's terrible. I
I
I
mean,
see
we had
that.
real phones back then, how what they don't know what a house phone is. We had to when we got home, I had a curfew, and when I got home, the phone didn't ring because my dad was a firefighter and EMT. You didn't wake him up at, your friends wake him up at 2 o'clock in the morning because they want to talk to you on the phone. That just didn't happen. So when we got home, we were totally disconnected from people because we were at home. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have a cell phone. We were home. We were totally away from people.
Mm-hmm. I want to.
I was talking about like the other day, the antennas before cable. Remember?
Oh
You had
my
to like put them
God!
outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
The wind would blow, you'd cuss.
Yeah.
Don't move it. Don't move it. Stop right there. And they let off the handle and it'd like turn. It was like,
Yeah. We had like 3 channels, and if the president was on, you were just pretty much you were done
yeah,
because he was on all 3 channels.
yeah. And on Sunday it was nothing but sports.
Yep. I remember the Wonderful World of Disney. Do y'all remember that? It would come on Sunday nights.
No,
No.
I don't remember that.
Like I
I remember
remember watching Little House on the
the
Prairie
Prairie.
and freaking Mr. Bean and
Hello,
Unsolved
Mama.
Mysteries.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that. He creeped me out though,
Yeah, he
Robert
did scare shit out of me.
Frost or whatever. But yeah, I
Do
couldn't
do
help
do
but
do
watch it.
do.
Yes, it was so mysterious. Um,
Hi
I
everyone in
remember
chat.
TGIF was my jam.
Wait, what was it? TGIF?
TGIF, you would have like Full House, and then
Oh,
you would
yeah.
have Step
Yeah.
by Step,
Oh
uh, Family
yes.
Matters,
Family
Yeah.
Matters. Yeah. Oh
Steve
yeah, I watched all
Urkel,
that
and
too.
But see, I'm a little bit
Robert
older than
Stack.
y'all, probably a little bit more than a little bit. So
Oh.
y'all might not remember the Wonderful World of Disney. Y'all might not. Yeah.
Like
Remember
it sounds
Schoolhouse
familiar.
Rock?
Oh, I love Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock?
I'm
Hmm.
just a
Like
bill,
Jack Black?
only a
Sitting here on Capitol Hill.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I remember that now. Yep.
yeah.
Mama
Robert
Bear.
Stack. That's it. Yep, Robert Stack. Yep, that
So,
was it.
am I showing screen? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Courtney Struble. This is a very terrible picture, but we'll get I just rearranged the living room, but
There's
I
not
have
many
her
of her though, are there?
poster.
15 years. Wow.
Well, no, that's when this article was made. So she went missing July 9th, 2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as you
Still
know,
unsolved.
that's where it gets tricky. So, okay, so let me explain. So, Courtney Struble was 13 at the time of her disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
She was hanging out with friends, like a few streets down from us at called the Wicklow Teen Center. And she then went to the hangout spot back then was the veterinary clinic. So this is a very small town,
Mhm.
And so the owner of the veterinary clinic at the time had two sons. They kind of made the veterinary clinic like their home and party house. For some
Mhm.
reason, this was going on at a veterinary clinic. But the dad got super sick and was in the hospital and everything. He did end up passing away eventually from, stuff. But anyway, so Courtney was 13, was a part of this hangout on July 9th, 2004, and she decided allegedly somewhere around like 11 p.m. or midnight that she was going to walk home by herself. Now we have videos. Mark and I have brought people live at the place because again that's where our cats go, so it's owned obviously after all this time by someone else. It's been like added on to all of this stuff. Now we are in the freaking prairies of Canada. There's a big oil boom back then and everything too. This town was booming and we're right off the border as well. Like we're 25 minutes from the border going into North Dakota.
Mhm.
So there is
Which I
that.
I think like what 90 or 80% of Canadians are right like within like 50 miles or of the border or something like
It's
that.
probably true because we used to pass all the time and go into like Detroit just to go like shopping or something like that,
Mhm.
Um, but so now, story goes, Courtney's boyfriend, Sam, who is one of the sons of the veterinary clinic owner, he came back from spending, most of the summer spending time away being with his grandparents. And so when he came back, when he left, whatever, him and Courtney broke up, again, puppy love. He was probably like maybe 14 something, she was 13. So when he come back, they hang out for the first time. They decide they're getting back together. Now, bear with me, guys, and try and think back to being 13, 14, 15 years old, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you are in love and like you've missed your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and you're finally after all summer getting to be around them again, but then you're just so damn tired, you fall asleep, just so damn tired that you fall asleep, and then your older brother, I think Thomas was his name, I'll have to look back at the names, Tom, uh, came to the veterinary clinic as Courtney was leaving. He allegedly offers Courtney a ride home because it was so late. She allegedly denies ride home with boyfriend's brother, and she does poof somehow disappear. She was spotted on a camera. Now we will bring everyone live again, like maybe sometime this weekend or something, because we're gonna get back in this and turn the temperature back up because, well, the community here has stopped Mark and I numerous times telling us to get our asses back on it. So here we are. And if you're listening, y'all know who you are. So thank you. Here we are. We don't care if it's going to get the less views, but I'm going to do everything in my power to try and bring as much attention as we can now. And we got other creators now paying attention, so that's freaking awesome. Bigger people, bigger platforms than even I have, Justin has. So, hi Cindy. Hi Rock. Hi everyone. Twisted Reality. No Madness. Patty Ponytail. Hey everyone. So, she was seen, I can't remember the street. She was seen not quite making it home. So the police right away just called her a runaway. Okay? For the first year and a half, they treated this as Courtney Struble just ran away. It took a year and a half before they started investigating it as a
That
missing
pisses me
person.
off. That pisses me off. Yeah, I mean, she's a
Thank you.
13.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And it
So I
makes
was talking earlier. I'm sorry. I was muted.
No, that's,
it makes
yeah,
it so
that
hard when they list them as a runaway, because when I do the missing videos, if they list them as a runaway, they just kind of put them to the side and they don't look for them.
Yes.
So it depends on how they put them down as missing or a runaway, because that makes the search. I mean, they just practically quit when they say they're a runaway, and they don't look for.
What were the parents saying?
So here's the thing. Much like the cases we dig into, the humans that surround Courtney, they've all made their fair mistakes. Some of them have records. Courtney had actually been having issues with her mom and stepdad. So she actually, prior to her disappearance, went and moved in with her dad and her stepmom. Now, rumor is stepmom hated Courtney, and a lot of people who, in my opinion, are the suspects in her disappearance, and what they're now calling, finally, after years and years and years, a possible homicide, but definitely foul play, and that we're looking for remains. Duh. Okay? But anyway, she moves in with dad and stepmom. So I don't know how terrible the relationship really was, or that I will believe. I'm sure there was some issues, yes, but not enough that she, she wanted to leave mom's house and stepdad's house and be with dad and stepmom. So, and that's what she did. So mom and dad have a colorful history. So people, and in my opinion, namely who I feel the suspects are, finger point at Courtney's dad, because Courtney's dad does have a history of abuse. He did get charged for some kind of fuckery with Courtney's mom years before, where he I guess he got a kidnapping charge, and I don't know. He's got charges and they don't look good, and I will have to pull those up and I will get them to everybody so you guys can look at it. However, even that being said, Mark and I don't feel he has anything to do with harming his daughter. I just don't see it. I sat almost face to face with this man. We had our COVID masks on, and I looked him straight in his freaking eyes, you guys, and I said to this man who should have fucking slapped me, I don't know, and I said, "Did you murder your daughter?" I asked him, 6 inches away from his fucking face. I asked him that, and he said, "No, I did not." He wasn't even upset.
Did you
I
believe
asked
him?
him that. I freaking believed him, Justin. I believed him so much.
You still believe him?
I still believe him. I
Okay.
talk to him even still now. We got in touch again today. I do. I believe him. Mark believes him. And this runs so deep. I will tell you that Courtney's best friend, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Nicole has a Google alert for any time something gets put on the internet about Courtney. She gets a Google alert. So the very first time I decided to discuss Courtney, I had my live set up for about 9 minutes. Courtney's bestie, Nicole, emailed me immediately. Hunted down my email, found it, emailed me, wanted to talk to me all about Courtney Strubble. And you will find most articles, most things being said, the best friend, Nicole, is the mouthpiece, the narrative storyteller mouthpiece. And let me tell you, I was renting with Mark a conference room at a hotel. We were put in a room. We couldn't see the parking lot. We had no windows in our conference room, no nothing. My stomach, my heart, everything, you know that feeling when you just get randomly like something bad is gonna happen, and like something bad is around me. Like I knew when Nicole pulled up to the hotel. I knew when she was 100 yards away. I knew, like, I felt
Mm-hmm.
her, and I can't even explain it. The minute she walked into the room and saw me, and we like contact, we like both like we made eye contact. I've not like I'm telling you, the chills, the feels, like I just. So this is a very best friend that didn't want to wait.
So
After
what's
I
this?
talked to Mark and stuff, she
Mhm.
she basically demanded to do a live stream interview. She didn't want it pre-recorded, nothing. She wanted to go live right away and tell her side. This
Mhm.
friend, Justin, for years and years and years, was saying she didn't remember the last time she even hung out or saw Courtney Struble, to being right in front of my face live, and I had her finally admit, okay, I saw her, yeah, I was around her around 7:30, and then all of our friend groups just broke off and went different places. So if you went years and years saying you don't even remember last time you hung with her, to all of a sudden now, okay, you were with her until 7:30, do we buy that?
So that is so is whenever she first went missing, who did she say that she was with her? Like what was the circumstances leading up to her disappearance?
So she asked to spend the night with her friend. I can't remember if it was her friend or her cousin.
Courtney?
Courtney, yes.
Uh-huh.
And then she was going to spend another night with her friend. But what happened is she ended up, I guess you know how it is back then. She used that friend who is very, very just sweet, quiet,
As a
timid,
means to go somewhere else?
as a means to go
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
party with people
right.
that her dad didn't really want her with.
Mhm. Right.
Um,
Obviously for
so
a reason.
Mm.
obviously for a reason, exactly right. Yes. So let me actually try and find. I'll read this article and then I'm going to pull up a video of the girl who was the last to be with her. And now I'm like spacing on her name. I'm so sorry because she's probably watching this. So this article here, again, went missing July 9th, 2004. For the first year and a half, she was treated as a runaway. After a year and a half, it became a missing persons case. Now, since 2019, they're saying foul play. We're looking for her remains. Somebody in this town knows something. So, with that being said, somebody in this town definitely knows something. You would
So
be
it's
shocked. Oh,
Mhm.
there's Dad right there. Hi, Mark.
Hey,
Thank
Mark.
you for being here. Let me make sure you're modded. I deleted all my mods.
So
Okay.
sorry that you went through this, Mark. Um so she was probably, I would say, with guys a few years older than her, right?
I think she was 13, and I believe Sam was like 14, 15. Yeah, she was hanging around people older than her.
Right.
Yes.
Probably guys with cars,
Yes, because
driving.
Sam's brother, and Sam drove, and Sam's brother was the one offering her a ride before her disappearance.
Right. Because that's what I was thinking. Because, I mean, for someone to be unalived, right? They're and potentially put somewhere, there has to be someone driving, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Dad didn't want her to go with these group of people.
That, yeah, because he was like right away when he caught on, because Mark here, the whole town, it's a small town, right? Everybody
Right.
knows everybody.
Yeah,
Mark
that's the way it
kind of
is.
caught on pretty quick, and he was like, wait, where are you? Okay, Mark, cool. Um, are we getting it kind of right though, right? Yeah. So yeah, and he was like, Yeah, he was right away trying to find her. Like, she was not supposed to be with those people.
Well, it happens, at that age. That's that where you're trying things that, the crush is there, and you find friends that are a little bit older so you can go do the,
Yeah.
hang
Mm-hmm.
out. Yeah.
There's peer pressure. It's a small
Yep.
town. There's not much to do,
Yep.
and you want to be cool,
Yep.
and you know, hormones and all of that thing is going at that age, and
It's just exciting when at that age when you start your first
everything's new.
boyfriend or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So now, this is alleged. This is me out in the community, working, talking to people, having people stop us, and having hour-long conversations in the Walmart aisles and shit. Like, no lie. From what I hear, best friend there, up until like preteens at least, had like imaginary friends. Some people thought she was like maybe schizo, but like a lot of the older adults in this town like
Mhm.
knew her growing up, and they tell me wild shit. They say she was absolutely
Bad shit.
kind of crazy, like
Yeah.
not a normal child is what I've been told.
So Cher, what did she say happened that night? The friend.
I'm gonna have to pull it back up because it's been 2 years since we've covered it. So again, she tried to say she wasn't there, and then all of a sudden she was there. So they were all trying to say Courtney. So this Wicklow Teen Center here down the road from us, everybody met up there. They were hanging out there, and then come around 7:30 allegedly from best friend's information. Same best friend that emailed me pretending to be Sam, but then said Sam told her to email me on behalf
And
of him.
how do you spell her last name?
Struble, hold on. Struble.
And where did she go missing?
Estevan,
How do you spell
Saskatchewan.
that? How do you spell that?
Estevan. Estevan, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
So let me read this article here. And obviously I can, Mr. Struble's in here. If you need to have contact with him, we can make that happen.
Saskatchewan.
So this says here, so in this article, which was written July 9th, 2019, so this is where they're going to finally say there might have been foul play, I believe. It's been 15 years since Courtney Struble vanished without a trace. What's it been now? 20? So right now it's been just over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to change that. It's been just over 20 years since Courtney Struble vanished without a trace in Estevan. With every year that passes, Nicole Burkholder, remember this name. This is the best friend, okay? The best friend who wants Mark Struble to go down for, harming his daughter, but then turns around and talks to the very person she's finger pointing at, telling him not to talk to me, and trying to tell everyone around that I make big bucks for talking about Courtney on my YouTube channel.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
She saw what ad revenue pays. It's a half a penny per like.
Yeah, and as you guys can tell, like Justin's on my panel even right now. I have 107 people in here. So unfortunately, Courtney Struble is not high profile. She does not get the views. She does not get the money. She does not get the help. She doesn't get anything. She's missing still. So I don't want to hear it.
So, I just checked what AI said, and it says Courtney Strudel went missing on July 9th, 2004 in Estevan, Saskatchewan. When she was 13 years old, she was last seen walking home from a friend's house late at night.
The veterinary
Despite
clinic.
extensive searches and investigation over the years, her case remains unsolved and has been classified as a homicide by the RCMP and by Estevan Police Services. Courtney's disappearance deeply impacted the community. The police continue to seek information that could help solve the case, urging anyone with details to come forward, even if the information seems insignificant. The case remains open in hopes that new leads or tips will eventually provide closure for Courtney's family and friends.
Mm. Yeah, about that. How do we feel that Nicole, the bestie Burkholder, which by the way is public right there, so it's not doxing. And since you were wondering also, 2 years ago how people knew your real name and not the fake name you run around these streets with, that's why, because you're the mouthpiece for most of these things,
Mm.
right, Mr. Struble? Mark. So, yeah, red flag. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the bestie, Nicole Burkholder, before she wanted to do the interview, she called the cold case agent. I can't remember her name. I was supposed to meet with her and everything. Now, I do get the feeling, and I think you guys can understand, in this town, people grow up together, they're raised together, tight knit, and I do get the feel that there are some higher up people that know exactly what happened, but these people who were kids back then now are grown and have kids of their own, and they just kind of would rather just let things go how they're going, is the vibe I get.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might be the vibe Mr. Struble also gets, if I'm not. I feel like, from what I remember, Nicole is very, very suspicious. My skin has literally never crawled like that with anyone else. And hello, everyone in chat. Thank you for being here and paying attention to a case that doesn't get much spotlight. So share it out. Google her yourself. Find what you want. Share it out. Justin and Tammy, please, like, if you
Sure.
can. And if
Yeah.
I know you guys are very busy, but if you can help, I've got a lot of stuff on this, and Dad's in here, so we can
Okay. It
do
says,
something.
I just asked AI more, and it said Courtney was last seen walking home from a friend's house, and so we're talking about that friend,
That's the veterinary clinic. Her
right?
boyfriend's,
Right
yes, where they
near
were
the
staying.
Estevan veterinary clinic after watching movies. She
Yes, they were watching
declined a
movies.
ride and decided to walk home alone.
Right. Declined a ride from her boyfriend's older brother. Yep, so it looks like Mr. Struble's agreeing. Yep, thumbs up. Thank you. So this girl, what was I saying about Nicole? Oh, before she wanted to go live. She didn't want to edit. She just wanted to go live, whatever. So we got a hotel room in Regina and stayed there. We met up with her in Regina, did her interview, whatever. But before that, she calls me. She goes, yeah, and I called the cold case people, and they said I could come in to reread my statements that I gave. And I can do that, but they won't let Mark Struble do that. I called that agent so fast and said, so is it normal procedure to allow suspects and witnesses to reread statements they gave many years before doing interview? Because I was promised, shall I get any new information or leads on this case, that they would take it seriously. I fucking did that.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Struble? I did that. We did that.
Now,
And just being ignored. So whoever's out there, this is tagged to like everywhere surrounding areas. If you have leads or tips, call the RCMP, please. The Cold Case Society. I'll get the number in the description. I just didn't know which one to put in there, and it wasn't on the one missing poster I have. So I don't think that's right that she wanted to go and read, and I think did read. She told me she didn't, but that's one of the first questions I asked her on the interview. I said, so did you go and reread your statements before showing up here tonight? And she said no. So I think that's really weird.
I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you could even contact them and ask them to look at
Right.
the evidence or information that they have on hand.
Yeah, to reread the statements that they gave at the beginning of the case before interviewing new interview.
So there probably wasn't any video surveillance at the veterinary clinic, was there?
I don't think then.
Okay.
Not that I've
it was
seen.
2004. It wasn't a big thing then. So, just for banks and stuff, and they were very grainy, anyways.
Yeah.
Now the vet clinic, we hear a lot of different stories that they're like they used to burn, animals like cows, horses that were injured,
Yeah.
so that there was
Yeah.
some kind of like big burn pit somewhere back there. We don't know because that was 20 years ago now,
Mhm.
and it's all different. I don't even know what kind of search we could do that would be helpful in 20 years, but I've got ideas and places that should be, and so do the community.
So, how many people was at this place watching movies?
Ooh, several. I don't know if we'll ever really know the exact number, to be honest with
Uh-huh.
you, but I'd say probably, I'd say at least 7, like maybe 10, around 10. And I'll say an average of 10 people, maybe.
And did they all agree the same thing happened?
No. So here's the thing. I don't understand how. So they're all hanging out, whatever, at the Wicklow Center, and then according to Nicole, the bestie, little mouthpiece there, 7:30 come, and then she had another group of friends come that she took off with. Courtney took off with Sam and other people to go to the vet, and then someone else had another group of friends that they took off with. So, like, allegedly around 7:30 p.m., all these group of friends broke off into separate groups of friends and all went their different ways. That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
supposed to believe. That's what I'm
So
being told.
they're saying Courtney said she was going to go
To the
to her
veterinary clinic to watch movies with her boyfriend. But she was
right,
really supposed to be at her cousin's house. Here, let me find it here.
right.
Let me.
But what I'm saying is the people at the kids at the veterinary clinic said she left, Courtney left, right? And she said that she was going to walk home, or not walk home, but walk to her friend's house.
No.
Okay.
She was supposed to be walking home. The friend's house is the veterinary clinic. That's where her boyfriend and the brother, like, they were like basically living at the veterinary clinic while their dad was sick.
What about her girlfriend who
Yeah, I
is
still think that she was
suspicious?
just gonna go home because her home is like right there. Actually, her house was 2 houses down from the RCMP in town.
Okay.
So,
And how far was this walk?
oh my gosh, babe, Mark. I don't know where Mark is. The walk would be, I'm trying to think of it. The walk would take a while. Maybe at least 30 minutes, I'd
What time of the
say.
year did she go missing?
July 9th.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's summer.
hot in
Yeah,
summer. Yeah, hot in summer.
July 9th. Okay.
Let me pull up. I want you here because this is much better because
Have you tried to speak with the people who was there that night?
Oh yeah, I mean I talked to some of them. Yeah, Nicole's one of them. She was there. She was definitely there.
Okay.
She can say she left and broke off at 7:30, but let's remember for years prior to me coming in the picture, she wasn't remembering at all the last time she was around. So
Well, I'm just trying to get like some, it pinned down. Like,
let me.
they're all watching a movie,
Yeah, here.
right? So
This is
Courtney
a-
stays there and she watches movies for a little bit.
with her boyfriend Sam after not seeing her boyfriend and having a breakup over the last, like, I'll say couple weeks prior to the July 9th. July 9th, Sam and his brother allegedly had just come back in town after going to stay with their grandparents for
Okay.
a short time.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
allegedly, they came back early from staying at their grandparents' Justin, and I can't prove this yet, but the town talks, and they are minors, so Canadian records, as you know, aren't the same. Like, you won't
Right.
get some of them, especially when they're kids. But allegedly, there was an incident with Sam and his brother, or at least Sam, in grandparents calling the police on them for some kind of weird assault or something happened. So they came
Okay.
back early, July 9th, because they weren't supposed to be back yet. And I think Dad got sick too or something. I don't know. But something went on. She wasn't supposed to be there to begin with, let alone be dating. That's right. Yeah. So that's why
Right.
she had to use
Okay.
Kira.
Now
as-
the boyfriend is did he says he offered to take her home.
Boyfriend's older brother did, because
Boyfriend's
the
older
boyfriend fell
The
asleep.
boyfriend's older brother was there.
Boyfriend's other brother was
Okay.
not there at first, but as Courtney was ready to go home, and she was like, well, I'm just gonna walk, because
Okay.
Sam was just too tired and he was sleeping. So she
Okay.
just allegedly gives him a kiss and says goodbye, I'm walking home, and he's sleeping on the
ha-
couch.
How
That's
old was
when
the
older
boyfriend's
brother walks in at
How
that
old-
time.
How old was the boyfriend and the boyfriend's older brother at the time?
Mark, do you remember that? How old? I want to say Sam, the boyfriend, wasn't he like 15? I don't remember how old the older brother is, but I know he is older by a little.
Now, have they been in any trouble in the past so many years of this happening?
Allegedly, yes.
So, like, what are we talking? Like, if they've been in trouble, like, are we talking a speeding ticket? Are we talking attempted homicide? Are we talking
I don't have.
theft,
I
drugs?
only know what close people have said. That there's been theft. Yes, there's been theft. There's been assaults. I think there was theft after. Allegedly, there was theft with the grandparents.
Y'all can't really look up people in Canada.
We can
you?
get not because they were minors then too, so that's harder.
Well, no, I'm just saying since they've been adults.
We might be able to. I have. Yeah, you know what? We might be able to. Well, I got Mark's stuff was in the newspaper. That's a good question. Because I've tried look for.
What do you
even
mean his
getting
stuff
some
was
of
in the
my dad.
newspaper?
What?
What do you mean stuff was in the newspaper?
Well, like I
What was
was
in the
describing, like he has a past. Courtney's dad has a past. They put him in the newspaper. Like,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah, like that's how I know about his history. Yeah, Canada's hard, especially around here. Like, we're not even allowed to have police scanners here, so.
Right.
But I wonder, because yeah, just listening to the town, obviously the town all has, it's just their thoughts and opinions, right? It's not factual, but it's interesting because when I first got here, I wasn't really mingled into the town, so it's interesting hearing these things. Here, this would be a good.
No, it's a pony.
Is it a chainsaw?
Lunchables, now back in Canada.
Ooh. What the heck?
Finally, an EV with ultra-fast charging and impressive range.
Yeah, we can't look
and a
at felonies,
full-size
but also,
three-row SUV. The Kia EV9.
when Mark and I were doing this back 2
Kia,
years ago, we
movement
were
that
having problems,
inspires.
and we figured. Okay, so you guys were here Thursday.
Oh, I don't remember.
You were having problems?
July 9th to the Friday.
I just remember
The sound is terrible.
the night before, it was raining, like pouring. It was a war
Is this
range.
the friend?
Yes. Mark, is this just a friend or is this not her cousin? I can't remember.
Dancing around.
She said-
in our pajamas because we got soap.
Okay, I guess
So-
that's pretty typical for that age. I remember doing that a lot.
Well, I was 18. I had just graduated high school.
Oh, that's right. You were a little bit older than
Yeah.
Okay, so she just said she was
And,
18, just
And a
graduated
lot
high
of her
school.
friends
But
were
she
older
was
than her,
allowed.
right?
Yeah.
I can relate to that too.
She was
Is this the
allowed to
sketchy
be.
friend?
No. This is very much a good girl. This is the friend that she felt comfortable lying, saying she was with to go run out with the people she shouldn't have been with. So this is her friend. She is the sweetest. She is the least sketchy person you've ever met in your life. She's just
Okay.
no. She very much sad, still battles with, how could have she, like, she wishes obviously she could have
The
stopped
woulda,
her
shoulda,
friend
coulda.
from,
Yeah.
yep. So, no, she does not have no involvement. She was supposed to be spending the night with her, and instead lied, so, and went with, boyfriend and the party at the veterinary clinic.
And a lot of her friends were older than her, right?
Yeah.
I can relate to that too.
So a lot of her friends, of course, were older than her.
Right.
So that was your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember
I
that,
was
but
thinking
yeah.
they had to be. They had to be older. I mean, because if we're talking 13-year-olds, just all 12, 13-year-olds, I'm thinking, they're not driving. It would have to either be a parent that would help them out, or it has to be older kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Siblings or something.
Yeah. so-
Older. That's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When you go through rough times at home, you typically get the older friends and want to be with the older crowd.
Well, she didn't really like her stepmother, like her dad's girlfriend.
Oh, Melissa at the time? Okay.
She didn't really like her, and she didn't like Courtney. It was kind of a typical thing, I guess.
It's what I've been hearing. And she hasn't even really
She was
spoken, right?
really rude. Yeah, she hasn't spoken. She was really rude that day when I was there to ask Mark if she could stay the night. And Mark had
Who
to
was
come home
rude?
from work. Yeah.
And
So
Melissa was saying-
stepmom, Mark's second wife. So Courtney's stepmom.
The veterinary.
No, Courtney's stepmom was being very rude.
Oh, gotcha.
Melissa, who,
Gotcha. Okay.
Mr. Struble's wife.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Initially she said no and was telling Courtney she's not going anywhere.
So stepmom was trying to set some rules and some boundaries.
Right. She didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, she said
mean,
no.
We say no a lot to,
And
kids that age.
Melissa's younger too. I think that's what a lot of people had an issue. I think she's, not too old. I think she was a little bit younger than Mark. And so Melissa probably knew some shit. Like, you're not going to go out. I'm aware of what, goes on. It could have been something like that. And when you're a teenager, 17, 18, you might say that's rude or a mean mom. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's her
well,
stepmom, and
That's like her job.
yeah.
well,
I mean,
you
she's
can just say no, and that's rude. You know what I mean? They think it's
Right.
rude. You can be
Right.
like, "No, honey, you're not going out."
rude.
God, you're being awful. You're being rude.
Yeah.
That's what a kid does.
You're not fair. That's not fair.
Right. It's the end of the world.
Yeah, for part of it, because July 9th, that's still summer. So they went, I'm not sure how many weeks, but yeah, they were at their grandparents for a little while prior to coming back. Because Courtney and Sam broke up while the boys went to grandparents, which was, I think, an hour or two out of town, something like that, out on some farm. And then they decided they wanted to get back together. Now there's lots of people who grew up and is around the same ages as Courtney's bestie was and stuff, and there's people who are older and are older in this community who all have one thing that they agree upon, and this is hearsay, that Nicole allegedly had a little something going on with Sam.
Oh.
And wasn't too happy that those two got back together. So.
What was the boyfriend's name?
Sam.
Sam. Okay. And the brother's name was?
I think it's Thomas.
Okay.
Protecting your child is rude. No. Well, when you're a teenager, you don't think that way. You're thinking it's mean, it's rude, right?
Would then wear this white and whatever color that is, brown. Technically, and this trailer wouldn't have been there. It was an empty lot there, and then that space was the double wide.
Okay. So that's where she was.
So it changed a little bit because this wasn't
supposed to be spending the night.
As you see.
Yes. I thought you knew that.
This
Yeah,
was
that's what
the-
I'd be told. Yeah.
Where the trailer was, where we were at.
About Nicole and Sam having some kind of little flingy thing, whatever you want to call it. Mark doesn't remember how old. Sam would have been a little bit older, I think.
Did Brittany forget about us?
I don't know.
She has a live in 30 minutes, she said.
Oh, she said she was going to have one set up, but not to worry about it. But she,
She'll reschedule it. She always does.
she said she'd be here.
Okay. Where we started our walk.
And
I'll
that
be
was
right
about
back.
noon
I
that
need to
day,
go
you
to the
said?
pool. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
we
But I'm listening on my
left
phone.
just before noon because we were meeting our friends up at the Whitlow Center at noon. And that's where she peeled off from all the rest of us to go with Sam.
Okay.
Which she was dating before, then they broke up, and then that day, that evening when we walked up there, they ended up getting back together.
Okay.
Did
So
you hear
when
that?
you guys separated for her to go with Sam,
Because we were meeting our friends up at the Whitlow Center.
We were meeting our friends up at the Whitlow.
and that was about noon.
Brown. Technically, and this trailer wouldn't have been there. It was an empty lot there, and then that space was the double wide.
Okay. Hey, David.
So it changed a little bit because this wasn't that,
Hey, Ginger.
as you see in the picture. But this was the where the house was.
Yeah, and I know I threw this live together last minute, and I wanted to maybe push it back, but there's always, I almost got that one person steady watching. I feel like I know who it is, but I just wanted, we'll be going through everything again. There was some new stuff, of course, just this July 9th written up. Not too much, they do a lot of talking, but not a lot of anything else really, it feels like. So, I don't know. And talking to the cold case agent, I did feel like she really did want this case to come to a closure. But one of the things, as soon as she said to Mark and I, well, we have a lot of other cases and, we're just so busy and we're such a small unit. And right away I was like, well, here we go. Because to me, I'm hearing excuse. I'm hearing just basically like, we're too backed up. We're just like, no. That's what I feel like, right? And that's why I kind of got discouraged and stopped talking about it. Because I'm like, how can you be hearing this? I know you're watching this shit. And it's not enough for you guys to be hauling people back in. Because I beg to differ. And so does everybody else in the town that was watching this. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Mandy, hey boo. Mandy will be up here in a little bit. She said she just got her messages. And I texted Brittany to see if she remembered.
Where the trailer was, where we were last.
Okay.
Where we started our walk.
And that was about noon that day, you said?
Yeah, we left just before noon because we were meeting our friends up at the Whitlow Center at noon. And that's where she peeled off from all the rest of us to go with Sam.
Okay.
Which she was dating before, then they broke up, and then that day, that evening when we walked up there, they ended up getting back together.
Okay. So when you guys separated for her to go with Sam, did Sam come and get her, Sam's brother, or she just walked separate?
Sam met up with us there.
He did meet up with you guys there. Okay.
They walked the way. They would have walked. They wouldn't have caught her up to go up to Sam's. They would have done the same walk that me and her did. Because
Okay.
from the Wicklow Center, it's not that far. If you're really, you know, at that age, we walked long distances.
I mean, that's true.
My kids do that too.
You
and I
walk
remember doing that
a hell of a lot
especially if
when
you're in
you're
a group
younger.
of people.
You don't even
Yeah.
It
realize.
doesn't seem like you're walking that long.
When it was me and her, late, even after midnight, going out in the rain, in our pajamas, we didn't see anything wrong with it because we'd known this town long enough that we weren't afraid of anything like that.
Yeah.
And it was the two of us. We weren't alone.
Ginger,
So
I can
leaving,
see that.
why would she, if she wasn't coming with
know-
you, but it seems like she told people she was coming back with you the night that she went
Probably
missing.
What's up,
Mark
Justin?
Hey,
Mark
Brittany.
should have sued the shit out of the police here for not taking this seriously for over a year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, have they got all of these people in, and you know, have they interviewed them all, questioned them?
Yeah, allegedly they even like did a couple like raids in the middle of the night, and Sam and people like went allegedly like riding off like on four-wheelers or in their trucks or something like into the fields and shit. Like shit went down with some of them. Sam and his brother at the veterinary clinic for sure. Nicole was questioned, but always as a so-called witness or just a friend or whatever. However, they did think and they did go to Nicole's and search because they did think that maybe she was hiding Courtney out, is what Nicole said. But they were kind of like on Nicole's ass for a hot minute and then not, I guess. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany's up here.
Where is the veterinary? Hi. Where's the veterinary clinic or the veterinary place from where y'all are at right there?
That is Mark. Mark! Can you come here?
Google Earth it.
How far, when we're at the trailer park here, how far again would you say walking from here to the veterinary clinic? Do you know?
I'd say a good 20 minutes.
And then from the veterinary clinic to where Mark Struble's old house that got tore down was.
Be pretty close to the same because it's kind of, this trailer park is like basically down the street. So they're kind of like the same distance from the vet clinic, if that makes sense.
So it's kind of in the middle of the two.
Mark Struble's house would be a little bit closer, I guess.
Yeah.
It would depend how they walked it too.
And Mark Struble's house, by the way, when they moved, they like knocked that house down because someone bought it and rebuilt a house. But just so everyone knows, he was thoroughly vetted and they searched his property and everything. So there was nothing ever found.
Is the clinic still there? The veterinary place?
The veterinary clinic is there. There has been an add-on. Of course, you know, whatever burn holes once were aren't there now.
Yeah.
If there were, but allegedly there was. I'm still learning new info. I have been kept in the dark the whole time. Yeah, here's the thing is, up until Mark and I come along, nobody wanted to really include Mark Struble in things. So like everyone was just happy finger pointing at him.
Mm-hmm.
And they just wanted to basically move on with their lives. Everyone finger point at Mark and let's just move on. That's the vibes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Here that
Yep.
way.
And
Well,
that
why
yeah.
is people finger pointing like whenever he's like she
Yeah,
was
it
last
wasn't
seen
until we
walking
started talking to
Right.
allegedly, and that's just
Well,
what they
that's-
say.
That's because everyone was finger pointing to him and also, I mean, he's an easy target because he has a record. That's not a really good record, but it's nothing to do with anything to do with ever harming any of his kids at all, by the way. Just has nothing, his record isn't great, but it has nothing to do with Courtney at all. If
Okay.
that makes sense. I mean, we'll pull it up because we've talked about it, and you know, Mark knows it's out there. But yeah, a lot of people here, especially in town, they know Mark's record too, and they still like, no. There's just no, I don't buy it. But let's hear a little bit more because I've got the videos with Mark too. Do you want me to pull Mark up, or do you want
Mandy,
to
are you
finish
coming
watching
up?
this? Mandy said
Oh,
she'll
doesn't
be here in a
matter.
little bit.
Did her friend Nicole give her opinions on what she thought happened?
Oh yeah, she
Mhm.
said that Mark and the stepmom killed Courtney, and like any real set thing. What do you remember Nicole said? Basically, it's just finger pointing at Mark and Mark's wife, and saying that, you know, Melissa hated Courtney, so Melissa might have done something, or that Mark got mad and hurt her. I
So
don't know.
she
That doesn't even
started
make
the ball.
sense.
She
Yeah,
started the
no real set like thing ever really come out of her mouth, like what she can say happened, just that it was Mark and his wife.
So she planted that little seed, and you know, people are gonna go.
Well, always. And while she's saying that and very publicly on our platform, finger pointing at Mark and his wife, she's at the same time texting Mark, telling Mark to stop talking to us. So make that make sense. Ain't that the truth, Mark? Mark can confirm that, by the way.
So
If-
when was she reported missing?
She was reported missing. Good question. Do you remember when she was reported missing? Well, Mark will be able to tell you that. He's in here. Melissa does not hate her, as everyone seems to say. She loved her as her own. Yeah. I get the vibes that she probably just knew what kind of fuckery these kids were getting into and just wanted her to stay home. Where she would have been safer, by the way.
Are they still together?
I know they were. Mr. Mark, are you and Melissa still an item? From what I hear, you are. But you know, you got the couple haters in town that say that maybe you're not. But you know, I believe they are.
Well, you know what they say.
But he can answer.
Everybody dies famous in a small town.
Right.
Mm.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
We would have said to, like, she would have said that, but I don't.
And I
didn't
know
got-
people gave me so much shit for the sound back then, 2 years ago. Please forgive us. This was our first time. Like, we didn't know. We really just want Courtney found. At this point, we know it's her remains, and we want closure because poor Mark, like, 20
Well,
years. 20 years.
You never think rock is going to be like that loud until you put it on a camera.
Right?
And
Yeah.
Then you learn. Then you learn. After that, you're like, okay, I'm never doing that again. That's called trial and, error.
Yeah. That's that whole area
I
around here,
wasn't
man.
told anything about it.
Do you think she would deny a ride by herself or walk home to her dad's all by herself that late?
If she had plans to meet up with somebody else and not actually go home, she would have refused the ride.
We
Hey,
will get
if
there,
you're a
Ginger.
renter in
We
Canada
will get
and
there.
you're
There is
struggling with
so
heavy
much
credit
to
card debt,
unpack here.
10,
So,
$20, $30,000.
you know,
I just
bringing
want to
it.
share some
Here.
numbers with you here.
Can
Yeah.
you, just for like Brittany and Mandy and the new people in here, can you kind of just like briefly brush over,
Yeah.
like the basics?
So, Courtney Struble, at the time of her vanishing, much like other cases, Brittany, she was 13 at the time, and this was July 9th, 2004. For the first year and a half, Courtney's case was treated as she just ran away. She was having problem with her, and her stepmom was fighting, her and her mom was fighting. She just ran away. Now, I think Courtney had like run away for something. Didn't Courtney try to run away like months before or something? So they just quickly wrote her off as a runaway. That's very dangerous. 13 years old, guys. A 13-year-old Little petite girl for a year and a half is put as a runaway. A year and a half it took them before they're like, oh, wait, now she's a missing person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, this was supposed to be her good friend, best friend, one of her friends she spent the night with, and then she wanted to spend another night. Now, she wasn't going to spend the night with this friend. This was the friend that, dad and stepmom and people felt comfortable Courtney being with. This friend was used for the second night to pretend like she was there with this friend, but to run off with the older folks, her boyfriend's brother, whatever, go party it up at the veterinary clinic and such with a group of other people. She may have been small, but she did pack a punch. That sounds like Summer Wells.
Wait. Party it up at the veterinary clinic? What's that
Yes,
about?
ma'am. Yes. What's that about? Okay, good question, because that's odd, right?
They got
So-
horse drugs, elephant drugs.
Yes. Yes. The veterinary clinic in town was owned by a very well-known man. Everybody loved him. People would come from far and wide to bring their animal to this man. No lie. It's out there. Dude has awards, everything. Everybody loved this guy. He got sick, was hospitalized, whatever, and then the veterinary clinic became the hangout for all the teens because this guy's two sons made it a hangout. So they'd go there, they'd party, they'd sleep, they would, I don't know if Netflix was a thing back then, but they would all go watch movies. And yeah, it was the teenager flop house of 2004 was the local veterinary clinic here in town. Mark says, I never thought of that, Justin.
Yeah, that's what drugs is. I mean, a lot
That's
of
true.
the really bad drug addicts, they'll hurt their animals and take them to the vet to get pain medicine, and they end up using the pain medicine because it's the same.
Hi, Erica. Party at the vet clinic. I know. You can't make this shit up. What changed that she now became a missing person? I think what changed is that everyone knows how close, like, Courtney has a brother named, is it Shadow or Shiloh? Forgive me. It's been a couple years of straight fuckery in other cases. She would not have gone 20 years. She wouldn't have gone a day. Let's just say if she was going to keep a secret from dad or mom or anyone, her brother would have been told that secret. Shadow, that's what I thought, and I love that name.
Out of everybody,
Shadow.
okay, how many siblings lived in the house with her?
Mark, that was
Courtney.
just her, right? Or did Shadow live with you guys as well? This is Estevan, Saskatchewan, the town Mark and I live in. And by the way, Mark Struble here didn't go take off cross-provincial lines either. Just saying. Hey, Bama. That's your cat's name? Just her. So
Just her, okay.
So when she left mom's house, she would have left, I believe, just her brother, right, Mark? You can keep being confused all you want, sassy cats. You've been doing nothing but just trolling, so I don't really care. There's really nothing to be confused about.
Now, how long was it after, like, that night was she reported missing? Did I miss that part?
Can you repeat that?
How long was it she was reported missing, like, after that night?
That's a good question. I don't remember that. She might say, but Mark Struble, when was it? So, because last time the law here puts on paper and in media was, I think she was spotted at, was it not midnight? 24 hours. Okay. That's right, because she was supposed to be with friend and wasn't.
And this was July 9th?
July 9th.
Okay.
So July 9th at, so it would have been like the very start of July 9th then, if I'm not mistaken. Was it midnight? Or like 1 a.m.? See, they change it in the media too, by the way. So it is frustrating because they have her in a couple things. I think they have different things she went missing wearing. And then I think
And the thing that they always say,
they get the time different too. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up, but there's something they say she was last seen, and it makes no sense that that's where she was last seen.
Yeah. Because there is no cameras there either. Hi, Kezchick.
Yeah, it says she was last seen just after 11 p.m. in the vicinity of Highway 39 and Woodlawn Avenue on the outskirts of Estevan.
Mm-hmm.
By who?
Right.
And no one can give us that answer. According to everyone else, I don't know if I'm interrupting anybody, I don't have headphones on, but
No.
according to everyone we've spoken with, the last time she was seen was at that vet clinic.
Yeah. And what Ginger says, very good comment. So that girl just said that she would turn down a ride if she was going to meet up with someone else. Did she walk to meet Nicole instead of going home?
Well, and Nicole lied about when she saw Courtney last
See,
too.
yep.
She screwed up when she was interviewing with us.
Yeah, she definitely screwed up.
And she wanted to, before she talked with us, she wanted to talk to the police and get her statement from them.
So
Just so she could make sure she was keeping her lies straight.
I'm going to tell you something else that I've kept from you guys. And Mark Struble, trigger warning, be prepared to be pissed because I haven't even told you this. Well, we didn't talk for a little while. We took a breather because shit got crazy. So listen, and when you're playing in your own backyard, folks, it's a sketch. And the reason I actually started digging into Courtney Struble's case is because Ryan Upchurch did a video way back when we picked this case up, and he was like, why do you guys always go for these cases, you know, pick a case from your own backyard and do some good.
Yeah.
And I fucking took him up on that, and we did that. And so that is actually how we come to find Courtney Struble. Of course, everyone knows Courtney, my daughter Courtney. There was, you know, a lot of little signs. So I was like, yes, this is it. Another weird thing, which we can get into at a different time, but Courtney's cousin also went missing.
Is this a trigger warning?
This is, well, yeah, this is a trigger warning, but this is also well known. Courtney's cousin, Jeffrey, right? Is that his name? Jeffrey? That's Courtney's cousin. Also last seen around the vet clinic and ended up being found decapitated and dead.
So who was that?
Courtney's cousin.
How old
Yeah.
was he?
I don't know how
20
old
something.
he
He was very young. You know, when we do this video here, hold on.
My intro has deep diving into these cases is like
That's
dancing
Courtney.
with the devil. But when you dance with the devil,
That's him.
the devil Yeah, doesn't no, change.
She went
It
over.
changes you.
Okay, so that guy in the hat right there in Mark's intro, that's Courtney's cousin.
Got
Weird,
you.
right?
So, what did they determine happened to him?
We that's for a different time and privately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not, yeah, we can't go there right now with that.
Okay.
So it sounds like to me that maybe this group of kids were using at this, movie or whatever was going on. And something, she's 13. Something happened, potentially. They freaked out. Or someone did something to her. I mean, either way, someone did something, but
Dude.
It's a forever changing story, Mandy. It's so fucked up. It is. Even in the articles, it's.
Brittany, they waited over a year before
Yep.
they would say that she was actually missing. Like this, or that
Yeah.
not that she was missing, but there was foul play.
Right.
You know what that
No. Hold on. No. Justin, you were right the first time. Took a year and a half for them to go from her being a runaway to a missing person. It took, after that year and a half, it took them till 2019 to label her as foul play and murdered. It took them like a fucking decade. Like, something's
That's
so
what I mean.
wrong here.
Almost 2
Justin were
decades.
It's like me and you were talking about one night, Justin, remember? If your child, you do not want your child labeled a runaway ever.
No.
Right.
And it's
Sure
like,
don't.
it's not just the states. Obviously, Canada's got the same problem.
Yeah.
If your kid's labeled a runaway, they don't even try.
No, they
No.
don't. You're
No.
right.
They just think, oh, they just ran away. They'll come back when they come back.
Yep. And that's what many people, I'd say half the town is like that's the case. Like,
It's what
she
lazy
just
cops
ran
do.
off, whatever. Yeah. But then the other half of the town and community is kind of like, Cher, Mark, keep up what you're doing, because this is what we've all been discussing and this is what we believe. Like, you're on the right path, but everyone always goes, it's either Mark did something, or I know people tried to stage like some trucker had her or something, but it's just not
Oh, I
true.
remember
Like,
that too, yeah.
yeah, remember? So Nicole lied and said some trucker found her wallet, but that's not true. Her wallet was actually like found either at her mom's or her dad's. So that's not true.
Yeah.
Like, Nicole just tried to set up so many other weird. It was weird because she wanted to finger point at Mark, but then she'd say a trucker, and then she'd be like, well, the fair was here, and then she'd be like this or that, and just like, look here, look there, look at them, not me. Who's that sound like?
Well, it sounds like she's trying to point at you in every other direction, like away from her.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that she responded to what we were doing with such scorn, that only shows guilt. There'd be no other reason for her to do it.
Yeah, she would want her friend found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You know what
Nicole
y'all
had
need to
something
do?
to do with Courtney going missing. There's no doubt in my mind.
So here, let me tell you before I forget. One second. Sorry, Justin.
No,
But
you're
I
fine.
want to share something with you guys. And one other person, a part of this platform, you know who you are. So, hi, Nicole. I know you're watching. Mark Struble, I'm so sorry for this. But there was somebody, Nicole and her either baby daddy or whatever trashy boyfriend she has that's in and out of jail. Remember, she kept telling us about how he's in jail and I can't leave the babies with him, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so where was I going with it? Oh, they make keychains, personalized keychains, whatever. So somebody, and I won't say who,
Yeah.
hit them up. They asked and ordered, can you make, I think it was 10 to 20 in remembrance of Courtney Struble, these keychains. The response back, and to be fair and perfectly honest, we don't know if it was her man or her that did the response, but the response was not a fucking chance.
What was the question?
Can you make keychains in memory of Courtney Struble?
Mm.
The reply come back, Nicole. Not a fucking chance.
I love
Sorry.
it when you're petty. I love it when.
Well, I don't want people saying she doesn't turn a camera on and take her serious. I'm fucking looking at you, bitch. Again. And Mark, yeah, we never forget her. Your daughter's missing poster stays up on my walls. Every time I'm about the town, I'm like, where could Courtney be? I don't forget her, and I won't. Don't worry.
I think you locals need to protest the fuck out of that. The police station.
I agree.
I
Do
mean,
like they're for Micah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, who's gonna come down here with us?
Listen, it's I can probably do it maybe in September or something, but before it gets cold.
Yes. Yep. I will tragedy pimp and crowdsource for that to happen, Justin. You don't even know.
I can do it.
I would love that. I would love that.
I need to work on my Canadian French.
Oh, oui, oui.
Ooh.
Francais toasté.
Per man. I don't know, Mark. I'll try and get that actual information again, because again, we kind of let this sit for a little while. So, yeah, we've been biting our tongues for a while, but the community, we get stopped all the time.
It does happen quite often.
Yeah, and the community tells us their thoughts and opinions. And Mark, you have a lot more support in this town than I think you even know. Because a lot of people think something happened at that vet clinic with the friends. And yes, Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Nobody who has come up to me
You
said
were
I
there.
think Mark did it. No one, not one person who's come up to me and said that.
Nope.
I mean, why would a 13-year-old not want a ride? You know what I mean? Like, let's think about this. Why would a 13-year-old not want a ride? Either she didn't feel safe or they were fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right, you're
either
denying a
she
ride
never
from your
went-
boyfriend's brother. Why? Is he a
Yeah.
creeper?
either she never went for that walk or they
Ooh.
may have, followed her and something happened.
Yeah.
That's... How did she get back up by herself?
Where did your
Because-
face go, Brittany?
Brittany's magic.
Brittany, you're magic?
No, weird.
Is she,
I don't know.
Magic.
Huh?
Is she a manager?
Oh, maybe. Did I make you a managing mod, maybe? Because how do you let yourself up? This bitch!
Did you give me power?
I must have,
Over.
because I didn't just
Sorry.
let you in on the live. You let yourself.
I think
That's
enough of us
weird.
were just sitting here thinking, okay, we got Mandy, but we need Brittany too.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember that one girl, Kimmy, when she yelled at us, bada boom, and our whole fucking computer broke and everything? At the exact same
yeah,
time
we
she
lost
bada boomed
internet
us.
right
It
when
was
she said
crazy.
it. She was
What?
funny.
Yes, it
That's
was
scary.
Yeah, that was that Chris Watts days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Chris Watts
Hey,
days were
Mandy.
wild.
Hi,
Mandy.
Brittany.
Wait, Mark was thinking, Mandy, today he was in the kitchen and he was like, I'm trying to think of intros for Mandy and Brittany
Mm-hmm. And Tammy.
and Tammy. Well, to be fair, because I'm not going to lie, because Tammy, I mean, I was like, and Tammy. And Mark said, yeah, and Tammy.
We must have been thinking the same wavelength because I was working on a little intro clip to use on my channel. So when I have guests come up, I can play a little intro for them. Because I don't have
that's
the
cute.
voice, so I can't do what Mark does with the voice. So I have to play something.
Yeah, I
Super
need
cute.
to. You remember the bada boom? Yeah. Do we want to hear some more of this?
Refused it though. If she was
Oh,
actually
and
going.
Mark, Struble, yeah, I'm not sure we should give you the name of her, man.
Okay.
It's
And how do you
RCMA for
feel
that.
about Sam and his brother?
Unless she did not trust his brother.
Oh,
Right.
wait, hold on.
'Cause I
Okay,
do
well,
find
here we
it
go.
odd.
Forgot that.
Yeah, her boyfriend.
His brother.
Right.
Though, if she was actually going home.
And how do you feel about Sam
Unless-
and his
I
brother?
think that
Unless
shot
she
the
did
shit
not
out of this with
trust-
my camera.
She did good.
His brother.
Right. Because I do find it odd that at that age, I wouldn't want to walk. It's 40 minutes about Phoebe Road. I wouldn't want to walk 40 minutes by myself. Maybe if there was a friend coming home with me to stay the night, yeah.
Right?
So how do
I
you feel
agree with
about
myself.
Sam and his brother and them being cleared?
Well, I'm not entirely sure because I don't really know the older brother. I only know Sam and the younger brother. And the younger brother wasn't living there. A few years afterwards, I dated Sam for a week. And I went out there to the same place. And we had a party. We drank. And we had a big bonfire. It was like this great big dugout pit.
Okay,
Where we could
here's
see
where
wood.
shit gets really fucking weird. I'm going to rewind this a little bit. Now, half people are torn on this fire pit that this farmland was just down from the vet clinic. Allegedly, I still think it was at the vet clinic, not gonna lie, but we're being told it was at a farm down the road somewhere from the vet clinic where they would party, drink, have these bonfires. Nicole and a lot of other people are trying to claim, well, we might have had some bonfires, but they were really tiny, tiny, tiny. Well, we do have a picture.
Oh yeah, she sent a picture of just a little fire pit in someone's backyard.
Yeah, and
That
it's
was
not,
obviously not.
it wasn't
this
the
pit.
same fire pit. Yeah, where you're gonna hear her claim like she almost fell into this pit, this fire pit, and like it would have basically, like she would have been in a grave basically with how big this fire pit was. Like, here, let's just keep listening. Let me rewind a little and we'll just listen.
Afterwards, I dated Sam for a week. And I went out there to the same place. And we had a party. We drank. And we had a big bonfire. It was like this great big dugout pit where we just threw wood into and started it on fire. And I was really, really drunk.
There's my poker
and
face, y'all.
I almost fell in trying to put a piece of wood in.
Oh, jeez.
And Sam's younger brother actually caught me and pulled me up away
You've
from
been
him.
with them
But so
anyway.
is it the younger brother that offered the ride? Is it
No,
Sam's younger?
because
Okay.
he wasn't there.
He wasn't there. Okay.
He was
I don't think so.
living with I think his mom or something.
So this was after this party that Courtney went missing?
Yeah.
Did you guys all kind of try to go
Like
out?
it was
maybe
at least
and
2
search
years
for her?
after.
Oh, 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, it was when I was old enough to actually drink that I actually went and partied with him, and I was dating him for a week.
So here's another thing. I don't know if we passed it or if she's gonna say it, but Kendra was not liked by the in group of friends, the ones that she had to run off with and lie and say she was at Kendra's. So I can understand. No, Blondie, it's a fair opinion, and I understand. But I can tell you, there's no way. Kendra was absolutely used as a place where she could probably, well, she did. She used Kendra, and it wasn't the first time Kendra had been used to run off with her other group of friends. So,
I like that hair color. I like the blonde on you, Cher.
do you? Thank you.
Oh,
I just went
your
back
skin looks
to
good there.
purple or like silver, but it turned like purple. But yeah, thank you.
And who knows, maybe she went out there and was actually drinking and partying at the same pit, fire pit.
No, not Nicole. That's not Nicole. No.
With Sam and his older brother. And not watching movies. I don't know.
Do you think
Okay,
maybe
wait,
there's
what
more
did
of a
she
party
just
going
say?
on?
Actually drinking and partying at the same When I was old enough to actually drink, that I actually went and partied with him, and I was dating him for a week.
Okay.
And who knows,
Yes.
maybe she went out there and was actually drinking and partying at the same fire pit that night with Sam and his older brother. And not watching movies. I don't know.
Do you think maybe there was more of a party going on?
Possibly.
Parents weren't supposed to know about it.
Well, parents never knew about it
Right.
because his dad didn't really do much other than the vet.
What do you think about Mark? He seems to think she wasn't allowed to date. Seems like a strict father.
Yeah, he cared a lot about.
Sorry, the sound here is terrible. Woo!
He
Sorry.
actually trusted me. He still trusts me fairly well. Like even afterwards, I used to talk to him and chat with him about everything, and he actually helped me a lot with my computer whenever I needed help to fix it and stuff. So I still chat with him from time to time. We're Facebook friends too. So.
Okay. Questions, baby? What am I missing?
I don't know. I was just trying to.
Oh, and
That's a lot.
also, there's another thing. If because she didn't have a cell phone, she would have went to the library on the computers to talk with people on MySpace or MSN or whatever other.
Oh
way of
yeah,
talking
that's
to
what we
people.
used to
That goes
do in
along with, her dad.
2004.
I
We would
cannot
go to the
believe
library
that.
and get on Yahoo Chat. Mine was Blondie Too Hot for the Screen. Seriously. That's my screen name.
And
I
I've
can't
heard
remember
you.
what mine was. So what are you thinking so far? It's a lot to take in. I gotta get you guys and go back in my channel. You'll see all these interviews.
Yeah, we're still learning about this.
Yes, because I've got a couple with Mark. Mark's in chat tonight. He is happy to have people. He wants us talking. Now, Mark is not a Don Wells. He is not a Chris Proudfoot. He isn't out here running around, nor has he ever Cash App gang or anything. In fact, the first time I met him, he brought a bag and everything. You'll see when you watch that interview. Like he brought the family scrapbooks. Like we got to see a whole lot they shared with us. Laid out. He took like 2 of the tables there in the conference room and just laid out. I mean, he saves every newspaper thing. I got to see Courtney as a wee little tot with her brother. Mark and I were shown, some a lot of family pictures and stuff. I just loved how he showed up,
Well, that's
with
always
all
a
of
good
that.
sign. I
Yeah.
think, especially if anybody, of course,
Showed
there's
up with
always
a
going
bunch
to
of
be
missing
somebody.
pictures. I got my picture that you all see and have seen for over 2 years here. Mark gave me that.
Okay, so she was last seen at the clinic, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. Well, someone allegedly saw her because I don't know who would have reported her at 11:30. So I don't know where they get that from, but yes, allegedly last place seen was the veterinary clinic.
With who?
So we gather with her
They all
boyfriend,
need
her boyfriend's
interviewed and
brother, and who knows who else because the story's forever changing on who was there, who was
right.
not there.
They all need to be interviewed, and like this girl saying about the library, I would say, well, where did you hear that at? Where did you hear that at? That
Can
way
you
we
re-
can cross reference.
Can you repeat that, Justin?
Like this girl's like she would have went to the library or something like that, or she was at the library. What did she say? And I
I'll have
would
to
be
remember.
like, well, where, because everything gets always changed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
People just say it because people say it.
Yeah.
So I would be like, well, where did you hear that from? Who told you that? That way you can kind of try to get, I mean, it's been so long, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kendra was like, almost afraid to talk because she gets bullied from these people. She was even bullied for talking by these people, Nicole, everybody, and trying to tell her, no, you don't remember this. No, this memory you're having is wrong. No, you're like they ganged up on her after.
Okay, so Kendra was her friend,
Yes.
like her best friend.
This here.
And this is Kendra.
Yeah, allegedly. So Nicole likes to run around and say she was the best friend. Kendra was the friend that, again, good girl, kept Courtney out of trouble. So Kendra was that friend that also would get used. So, hey, Dad, I'm going to be with Kendra, but really I'm running around with Nicole.
Well, let me tell you, I was the Kendra. My best friend in high school got pregnant right out of high school when she was with me. So I was her baby daddy. Okay. Did they do searches? Like law enforcement, public searches, canine searches?
I do believe they did. So, from
What, after a year?
Right. They did not. No. Because Mandy, for a year and a half, she was just put as a runaway. They didn't really do much of a lot. Till she went as a missing person over a year and a half later. Nicole said they did show up at her house and, like, search her house. Because, like, Nicole was, like, calling. And thank you. Nicole was, like, calling and leaving a lot of tips. So I believe, I have to watch back to refresh my memory, that it looked suspicious. And I can't remember, but Courtney had run away before, and I think she was with Nicole or something like that.
Well, automatically, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard you say, because I was listening before I hopped up here, and when you said that they were at the clinic, the veterinary clinic, last seen, other than the other one that you had mentioned, my immediate thought was an OD, and they all freaked out and hit her somewhere.
That was my.
That's
what I feel like. That's what I feel like. But
so
I also,
they have cars, or were they all on foot?
Well, there was cars involved. Sam, the boyfriend's brother, Tom, definitely had a car because he offered her a ride home and she denied the ride home. I always thought it was because maybe she thought he was creepy, and here Kendra was saying, yes, she didn't feel comfortable around him. He was creepy. So
did they trade their car in or get rid of their car shortly after?
Not that we know of. No, I haven't seen or heard anything like that.
Okay. She never really ran away, mostly to hang out with her loser friends.
Yeah, because that's what I did remember. I was because I remember being really pissed why they had her as a runaway when I was like, wait, so her history's not even. Yeah, she doesn't have like this long history of running away, but Nicole wanted us to think that. Again, Nicole points at every which way but herself. Very Dawn Wells-like.
Right. I'm Pink Warrior. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that something bad happened to her at the clinic, and I think that's why I was asking if there was a car involved, because if they could put her in a vehicle, then that could put her anywhere. But if they were on foot, then that would put her somewhat close to the clinic. Because they wouldn't want to carry her.
She was last seen allegedly somewhere between her dad's home and the veterinary clinic. So
but
she
was that by one person? Was it on camera?
We don't know. It doesn't say. We don't know
because
it doesn't. Say.
Eyewitness testimony is so I'm going to do a live about that, because eyewitness testimony is so unreliable. It
really is.
Look at how many people said that was Sebastian. At where Justin went. Everybody was saying that it was him, and I know Seth wanted it to be him so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was him.
I didn't either.
But like Mandy, you're saying that's the eyewitness thing is because, well, freaking, let's say all four of us are out on my street right here, and a car accident happens. You can take Tammy, Mandy, Brittany, me, Justin, separate us all. We're probably we all saw the same accident happen, but we're probably gonna tell you some different things.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Right?
Like, okay, wait. Just
It's
for an
like a game of
example,
telephone, kinda.
put me full screen right now, real quick, please.
Okay. Where are you? There you are.
Okay, what color shirt is Kendra wearing in this video that we're watching? Without
I
going
don't know.
back and looking.
I couldn't tell you.
See? I
Maybe
mean, that's
red.
just
Was it red?
nope.
Okay.
That's
Don't
just
remember.
one example. Like you don't pay attention unless you know you need to pay attention. And
Exactly.
so then it's
Yes.
like, well, maybe I saw that. Maybe it was this. Maybe they were wearing that. So then you start making the picture in your head to fit what you saw, to fit the pieces
Yeah.
that you remember.
Yeah.
So if somebody thought that she was
Look
somewhere,
at right here, Mandy.
yeah,
Dad says gray. Chat
Oh.
says dark blue, black.
it was a black hoodie. Yep, you can pop it back
I
up
got the
there.
memory of a goldfish.
Well, Justin, to be fair, Cher is wearing a red plaid button-up shirt. So maybe that's why you were
That's
thinking red.
right.
But another perfect example,
See?
So it's really hard.
That's going to be a really important live, Mandy.
yeah.
That's good. Yep.
I have a few things planned out, so I'm excited about it. But it's not what you think. Like, you go to the gas station or to the grocery store and you say hi to somebody. Do you look at what they're wearing? Do you look at the mole beside their eye? No, you don't pay
Mm-mm.
attention to stuff like that. So then if they go up and rob the cashier, what good are you? You're trying to help, you want to help, but it's like, man,
Some people notice things. Some people have better memories than others. Some people, like,
yeah.
I have a friend who remembers everything, like everything. Remember what we did, back in, June 3rd, 2008.
Yep.
You don't remember that? What? And they'll go on about this whole conversation, and I'm like, I don't even remember. Like, I seriously don't remember many days. Like, I couldn't tell you what happened 3 days ago. I really couldn't.
And see, whereas like I have more of a photographic memory, like if I see something or if I hear something, like watching the interviews, if it's fresh in my mind, like with Sebastian's case, you could quote something out of an interview and I could tell you, narrow it down to 3 interviews that it came from. Whereas like with Summer's case, it's been so long that would be harder for me to remember where that was said. But I remember things like that, if that makes sense. But as for looking at what people are wearing or what's in the room when I walk in or, those things, I don't pick up on it. Now I dated a guy that was in the military and he was a captain and he would always look around. He would always absorb everybody around us. And he could tell me what everybody was wearing, what color their hair was, what they had, if they had a hat, if they had glasses, like all of that stuff. I couldn't do it. And so I think that he's kind of the first person that made me realize how much I don't pay attention to my surroundings. He was always on high alert. And I guess I'm just more relaxed when it comes to stuff like that. So
it's just very blank for me. Like, I just don't remember anything.
And then when a crime happens around you, even a car wreck, like Justin, you would remember what type of car it was because you know your cars.
Right.
Whereas I would be like, it was a gray something. I think it had 4 doors. That's about as far as I would get because I don't know cars very well. So
Same.
it just depends on the situation.
I'd
So
be like it was a white car. I don't
right?
know.
It had 4 wheels, okay?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm wondering like where this eyewitness allegedly happened. Like who was it? Was it just one person? Was it a location? Was it on camera? Even if it was on camera, you still have to be a little bit leery because just like with Sebastian, it may look like her, but it might not have been her. So the last confirmed factual sighting, I would say the clinic.
Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Right, like a goldfish. Oh, right, Bobby. I think that that's a common thing. I think that they're more aware of their surroundings. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I never thought about it like that until he was talking about it one day. And I mean, his head is on a swivel, you know, constantly looking around.
Hmm.
My
Well,
head's down.
goldfish delete their memory every, I think it's 30 seconds, or every 5 or 10 seconds.
Right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard
Yep.
that.
That is a random as hell fact, and I love that you know that.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I
Well,
love these
especially since
humans.
I had Lyme's, like it's
Mm.
gone. And some days are much better than others, but no, it's gone. I have nothing. Nothing. I can listen to like an audible book or read a whole book, and then when I'm done, I'm like, I don't remember a fucking thing. So it's
Well, then
I'm
you
the
can keep
I'm the same
listening to the
way.
same one. You know, you don't have
Thank
to
you.
keep buying new books. Just keep listening to the
I'm
same one.
Dory. I'm Dory. I'm telling you, I'm Dory.
Dory.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have brain fog with my autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks.
and it's hard. So then what would happen if you would see a crime? You
Yeah.
know, like if you would see something happen, you know, would you let the officer know, hey, look, you know, my memory's not that great. This is what I think I saw.
Traumatic things I can generally remember. Like I need I'm the person I need talking points. You know what I mean? Like I need to like share earlier. Like I need to know this and this and this. Like in certain orders. I'm like, how did she, like, was she walking alone? Why did she not take the car? Like I just need these points to point it out. You know, so.
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm not kidding, Justin, Mandy. Like, I don't care how long it takes you, but I will get you a star from the sky. I will move British Columbia mountains. I don't care. I'll do whatever if I can get help on this.
I don't see any mountains.
I'll move the British Columbia mountains. But yeah, like if you could ever get here, I like just tell me how to make that happen because I mean, Mark Struble will talk face to face with you. Kendra would talk, and I need more. People don't want to focus on this because it's not Summer Wells, it's not Sebastian. But you know what? There is a lot of twists and turns in this. This didn't ever get the attention, and she's somewhere out there. I can't even go to freaking Walmart without wondering where this girl is.
Mm-hmm.
And her poor dad in here. I'm 2 years later, and here he is in chat thanking us for doing this again.
So I think that what we should do is kind of start at like, I mean, obviously we don't know a lot about this like you guys do. So we should start fresh like we would any case, you know, like
start all the way over. Yep.
Gather all the facts that we know for fact and then go into like this conversation with Kendra with what her father remembers, you know, but the facts that have been confirmed, those should be like our building blocks, you know, like start there and then build on top of, so that we can catch up to where almost, you know, we'll never catch up to where you are because you know so much about it, but
there's still a lot to do. There's still way more. I just, to be honest with even everything we learned, it just leaves us even confused. I mean, I know what I felt being face to face with some of these people, and I've never, like, I'm telling you, again, I knew when she pulled up, this girl didn't even want to leave. So she wanted to stick around. She kept saying, let's talk longer. Let's talk longer. She didn't want to leave the hotel that night without us thinking she was innocent. So she lingered at the hotel. We were like, let us go put our cameras away. We'll come outside and smoke with you. You know how my ass is. I was like waiting for her to step outside because I didn't want her watching where Mark and I went and seeing where our room was in that building.
Right.
So This girl walks out of the hotel, goes out in the parking lot. I fucking turn around. She come back in sneakily and was fucking following us. I literally tell Mark, keep walking, we're not going to our room. Keep walking, we're not going to our room. That's weird. And she wouldn't leave, even out in the parking lot. She was like, well, I can my man can stay with my kids later. Do you want me to take you to breakfast in the morning? Like, she just did not want to leave me and Mark. It was so weird. I've never felt like that before. I'm telling you.
Was it her following you, or was it her being scared to leave by herself?
Mandy, I can't even describe it. Like, for me to know and feel and have the hairs on my arms stand up, and before, again, I have no windows in this room that I'm renting to do these. I didn't know that she had pulled in, but I knew when she was there. I can't even describe it. And then I knew, she had slipped certain things, and I knew certain things, and so I was biting my tongue because I was waiting. She was like, Shh, I want to go live. I want to go live. I couldn't fucking wait to go live because that's when I got her ass live, finally saying she was with Courtney up until 7:30. It all of a sudden went from she couldn't remember the last day she saw Courtney to she was there at 7:30.
Are you talking about Nicole or Kendra?
Nicole. Kendra. No, okay. Nicole.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Nicole definitely knows more. I'll say that confidently.
And Pink is right. Your gut and body language. I mean, everybody has.
Yeah, I'm telling you, off the chart. Mark can even tell you. I knew when she was there. I just felt like everyone knows when I pooped on the side of the road because I got nervous when I was 10 minutes away from meeting Mark the first time and crossing the border. I'm telling you, it wasn't right. I didn't get that feeling with no one else. I sat across big bad Mark Struble everyone was telling me beware of, and I felt nothing. Felt like I was chilling with my fucking dad. I was not worried. I was not. And I look at that man almost freaking, again, 6 inches from his face. Did you murder your daughter? And just, no. And honestly, if it was me, and I always tell Mark, I'd be mad. I'd probably slap myself across the face. I don't know why he didn't. The nerve of me doing that, but he didn't. He didn't do that. He was totally fine with the question and even understood the question. I just thought that was, I don't know. I just didn't get, it was totally different vibes. And that's just my vibes, I know. But something's wrong. You shouldn't be lying about the last time you saw your missing best friend.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, years later, oh, you remember you were there until 7:30? Really?
Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think so far, just my intuition, but Nana's love, I am so
my gosh.
sorry. My heart just dropped when I read your comment.
Oh
my God, Nana's love.
That
sorry.
Horrible.
It's awful.
You guys, for those that don't know, that is Quentin Simon's grandmother.
Right.
Nana's love, Billy Joe.
They don't know who it is yet, Billy?
I'm telling you, that is one of my biggest fears. My husband bought a motorcycle last year, and he didn't consult me before because he knew my answer would be no. And so it was kind of a surprise. Here it is. It's mine. I was like, bullshit. You better tell somebody else they can ride off on it because no, motorcycles scare me.
That's the only thing I've ever told my husband he can't get.
Me too.
He wanted a motorcycle, and I said, "You come with it. I'm going to set it on fire. You'll see a crazy person out in the yard setting it on fire. You really will, because I'm not scraping him up off the road like that.
Right. We've lost. My brother's best friend was hit on the bypass on his bike. Another friend of ours let somebody ride his bike, and he went off the side of the road on a curve and hit a freaking concrete wall. Accidents happen of all kinds, and I hate it. Right.
Well, my
Oh,
girlfriend,
scary.
her son died. Yeah, and just yeah, it's usually not the false person on the bike. I understand that, but
Right.
Mine
regardless,
was. He was drunk leaving a bar. However, also, I was in a foster home. Let me take this off because that's disgusting. There we go. I was in a foster home, and the foster family had me out at the bars in the middle of, just out at the bars at 2 a.m. I shouldn't have been there. So this is the same
Right.
foster home that would give us pixie sticks and jolt colas to make us stay awake to watch Freddy Krueger and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's a reason why I'm 40 now and I still could not handle Freddy Krueger shit. Like, I still have nightmares. Voices Behind the Wall actually has kind of to do with that, because I would have ongoing nightmares that had me in therapy for years, that Freddy was talking to me and dragging his nail across the wall. And yeah, anyway, he was hit from behind. Whoa. Yeah, I hope someone saw something too.
We have a thing
Yeah.
that it's close to where I live. I don't know what county it originated in, but I've seen yard signs all over the place, and I've seen like the bikers do their rides for it, and it's called
Oh.
Look Twice, Save a Life. Like always look twice, because you look once for cars, but look again for bikes. And it was started because of somebody who was killed on their bike. So, and it just, man, it makes me so nervous. My uncle, he's deceased now, but he was best friends. Like, his best friend was my uncle also, and he's still living, but they always had Harleys. They always did bike rides. Like, for my uncle's funeral, there were more motorcycles than there were cars, and it always scares me. Like, if you're going to ride, don't ride alone. I think that that's safer. If there's multiple bikes, people are going to be more likely to see you or hear you. It's so scary.
No, Nana, she still is 20. It's just over 20 years now. Mark Struble here is Courtney's father. Mark, Nana's love, is Quentin Simon was her grandson, and he was brutally taken out of this world, allegedly by his mother, who is Nana Love's daughter. I personally believe there was more, which I'll just leave it at that. But anyways, she too going through hell, so kind of neat to see you guys in here uplifting each other too. They have 2 cars on camera and are investigating. Good. Wow, I am so sorry. This is a lot, and I know, there's other stuff going on, and terrible. I'm so sorry.
I can disagree with somebody and still have compassion. Period. So I love that everybody in chat is also doing the same.
Yes.
You will definitely be in many prayers from here on, and hopefully they catch the person.
Or people.
I wanted to, right, or yeah, if it was multiple. Okay, so I wanted to go back with Nicole.
Yeah.
I think Nicole was following you. I think she wanted to know what you knew. I think that she was gathering information from you as much as you were gathering information from her. I think that
Well, you heard me, right? The very first time I ever planned a live, within under 10 minutes, she was the one in my email. I had not talking to even Mark yet or nothing. No one even knew. I just saw it and I just put a study and just made my live. And within minutes, Nicole emailed me and said that if I want to talk about Courtney, that I should know the real story from her. So
I feel like that's even more confirmation of what I just said then. Okay, this is just my intuition talking here, okay? Because I don't know. And then also with the clinic, so the owner's child was is that the one who arranged the movie nights at the clinic? Or how did they get into this clinic?
They had free range of that clinic because Dad was in the hospital. That was the hangout. Like the whole town knows that. It's so bizarre to me because I just don't understand how that
Okay.
would be acceptable. But
So it was the child of the owner, right?
yes, both
Okay.
Sam and his brother who offered Courtney a ride, both of them partied over there. They both slept over there. They
Okay,
both
so
used it as their flop house, I call it.
my opinion is they were covering for their own ass to cover for Dad's ass because something happened to Courtney in that clinic, in my opinion, and she was hidden afterwards, in my opinion.
What a lot of the community, yep, I'm there, and that's what I'd say a majority of people Mark and I speak to in this town agrees with that. However, it's just not the route for some reason anyone's taking. In fact, the newspaper here was going to write and had an article out when I started covering it about me and my stuff. Somebody called them and threatened them, and that article was only out for like 90 seconds before they had to pull it, and I actually never even got to read it.
Wow.
So,
well, let's get, let's work on this if we can, and maybe talk offline and get our bearings straight on
and
this.
if you guys go in my history, you'll see the interviews. I can, if Mark, I'm pretty sure will be cool with it. I know. I'm gonna definitely talk to you after this. I feel terrible. But Mark is always been available, ready to help, and thankful. He's not out here, nor has he ever. Because I mean, you guys are on my channel all the time. Have you ever seen Mark Struble over here making an ass out of himself, or anywhere on the YouTube streets?
Nope.
So.
Nope.
He deserves this, and unfortunately I can tell you that he I don't think it's fair what's going on with him. To have the whole town finger point at you. I just want to pull up for a minute because yes, you guys, whatever you need, I'll send you emails because again, Sam emailed me. Okay. Sam, the boyfriend, emailed me. Now, thing is, it turned out it was Nicole acting as Sam.
Oh, nice.
Because Sam allegedly told her to do it on behalf of him, but she signed the email off like she was Sam. So I said, well, if Sam wanted you to do it, why didn't you just give me the message? Why'd you write a whole email like you are Sam and even sign off as Sam?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Something is wrong.
So Sam was Courtney's boyfriend.
Yes, the younger of the two brothers of the veterinary clinic owners.
Okay.
See
this? Okay, so we need like a family tree. And
see, like this is why I wanted to get you guys in here because it's too much, and we got a little bit of the way, but I need help. And this case eats at me because this is my backyard, and I can't go anywhere. I'm thinking about her all the time because I'm like, could she be over here? Could she be here?
We need to find out how many people we're definitely there we need to get a timeline down as well.
Yes, the actual timeline, because the media even has issues getting the timeline. Here, let's just pull this up for a second.
Relax.
Do you guys hear us all right?
You guys
Cher.
look at me. Yeah.
I don't know who's on the chat.
Emma
Some
Budget
comment
said,
that-
Cher, did you see Mark made some suggestions?
Oh, let me see. I did not. Hold on. make a playlist of it for anyone who wants to catch up
That's
on
a
it.
good idea.
Yes.
Very good
Yes.
idea.
I will, Mark. Mark and I will work on that actually after we get off here. Thank you for that idea. Yes,
And
we
your
will get a
titles,
playlist.
can you make sure that your titles are kind of like the summary of what the video is? Because I know sometimes you put
Okay.
weird titles on
Yeah.
your lives, you know.
Yeah.
That would be helpful too, so that we can refer to them. Like if there's more of the timeline in one or more of
Okay.
like what this is just a straight interview, that's perfect, you know, interview with Nicole. Just so it's easier for us to refer to what's in the video.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
And
I'll
then that
work
way
on
we
that
can
tonight
swap
and
them.
tomorrow so you guys can be on it. But this is Nicole. And oh my God, you guys, the way I do not have a good poker face.
So hello everyone.
And all the sounds started going fucking crazy on this too. It's like her presence brought everything down, including the mics. Like it's just
But
terrible.
like I said in the chat,
Demons will do that.
we are not going to
Look at her
be looking at the chat. Mr.Cher will be watching and monitoring as he can, but he's
trying to explain.
running around crazy, making sure everything's working right. So we have Courtney's best friend Nicole here.
Yeah, she's really
And
trying to
she's not
just
going
check
to the
us
chat
out.
right
Like,
now
what do these people
either,
know?
but I've already given
You're
you
right.
warnings to keep everything respectful. Everyone, like
I'm
I want
I
to
don't
see
care
her
if
eyes
we agree
too.
with what she's saying.
Yeah. Do
or
you remember
or
the
just-
energy? Just looking at her is making me go, oh.
She looks
Oh,
very
yeah, right
comfortable.
away she's been complaining about the light.
Oh yeah, she was complaining. Yeah, she was complaining about the light. Yeah, she was. She was complaining a lot.
agrees
You
with
get
what
used to
Nicole is
them.
saying.
Yeah.
Please don't bash her
They used to
and let
blind
her
me.
say her piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Well, and I
know,
get like everyone to.
and you know, thank you, Lolo, because I want to make sure everyone that shows up tonight, Justin, very, very, very busy creator and human in multiple cases. Mandy, Tammy, firefighter, okay, and does these cases. A tarot card reader. Brittany was up here, does these cases. So very busy, busy, busy creators, and they know damn well that we weren't gonna get the numbers tonight, but they still showed up, and I love them for it.
Yeah, it's not about the numbers. It's about helping and helping where we can with however we can.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's why I adore you guys, because you are like, and you, if anyone had a doubt, you tragedy pimps, you're here tonight knowing already, we know as creators that, you know, this wasn't going to be, you know, a show up, show out kind of thing,
It's not
but
what
you're
they
here.
call us, it's what we answer to. Okay.
You
right.
are here for the kids, and that proves it. That, if for anyone who is wondering, Justin, Mandy, Tammy, Brittany, here for the kids. Mark, my husband, here for the kids. We don't care if there's 5 of you tonight. We're doing this. And look at, they're already saying they're invested to help more. Thank you. That's
Well, thank you for
huge.
thinking of us, you know, to come in and try to make sense of something that you've been working
I
on, you know?
mean, listen to you guys, of course.
I like that microphone with
Mark.
the table thing on the table.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's the mic that
a
kept giving us
cool idea.
problems. Yeah. Justin's like, I'm taking it. Let's see her for a minute.
And everything with this, it's 100%.
See, I'm like, oh my God.
Her
I want to
energy-
leave already. I'm like, I'm out. I want to be done.
Is that uncomfortable?
Yes. Yeah. Can you see? Like, I'm really like.
So right off the bat, I just want to know.
And when you guys watch back, I think if it's Mark Struble still in here, my anxiety here is so visible compared to where we are, what we were with Mark Struble. I mean, if you go back like in here, like I was so like, look at here, like we were comfortable as shit, taking selfies, everything, you know, like.
Right.
It wasn't the same.
That was
Yeah.
Nicole in that video.
Yes, this is Nicole B. I'll pull it right back up here. I just wanted to just show you because, like, I just can't even describe the feeling really that I had. It's
And you
just,
have to
it
go
was
with your
bad.
gut. I mean, you have to go
Yes.
with your gut. So whatever you were feeling about her, you know, stick with that intuition.
Intuition is a
Yes.
real thing.
Yeah.
Especially when the whole, like, again, I am integrated into the community, and I know what I'm hearing. And you're still here. You can see I mean, I had my shit more together when talking to you, right?
I mean,
Like this.
everybody says stuff about intuition. Okay, you know, like when you're standing somewhere and somebody walks up behind you and you don't hear them, but you can feel their energy behind you. You can feel that somebody is in the room with you.
Yeah.
You can feel somebody is staring at you from across the room. Like that's your intuition. That's your gut. That's, you know, you can feel around you. That's just one sign.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And again, before I could even see she was actually there, I fucking knew she was there.
Right.
I about pooped right on that table.
And that mic knows she's there too because it's messing with the.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tammy, how
Like-
many times have you had issues where you were doing some kind of session or something and your equipment started messing up?
I've had a whole video just be blank when I'm done.
She would text so pissed.
And it would be something that was, you could tell there was negative around you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I know when I start doing a video, if it just keeps, if it keeps knocking me off track or things just keep messing up, I'm just like, this video just was not meant. I'm just going to have to stop the video and cleanse my area and start over because it's just not.
Well, and Tracy Delaney, Tammy is a tarot reader and has some psychic medium stuff going on. And I'm a psychic medium. So I grew up in a house full of spirits. There were 2 people that were murmuring in the house that I moved into when I was 5 years old. So I grew up, this is my whole life.
Yeah.
That's why I know they're real.
Yeah.
Butt cheeks are clenched.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, this is Nicole, the best friend, Nicole. Yes, Liz.
Okay.
Erica, yes, Nicole. Yep.
So,
this is.
you know, you have to. I'm going to ask you the hard questions. If you don't want to answer them, you know, you don't have to. But I wanted to start this because a couple people told us on the way here what they would like for questions, and I thought it'd be nice.
See, now I also. She doesn't realize that she had previously said a couple things on the phone to me and also texted some people that I don't think she knew was going to text me. And so I'm waiting because I'm like, okay, you wanted to do this live, bitch? Here we go. And I'm going to out you right here live then. So I am nervous.
Started
How
off.
tall is she?
She was tall. She was taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5", so I would say maybe she was like 5'10".
She look, maybe it's just the way the camera angle is. She looks really well. 5'10's tall for a female.
Or maybe, yeah, she was taller than me by inches, like a lot taller than me, actually.
I used to be 5'10", and I started shrinking.
Like last time I checked, I was 5'5". I might be shrinking.
Does the camera stay at this angle the whole time, or do you move the camera in front of her at any point? Like, I want to see her face the camera, because I want to see, like Lolo said, I want to watch her body language, and I want to see her eyes.
They'll say that I'm way shorter than both of y'all then, because I'm 5'3".
I'm about
so
5'8" now, 5'8.5", maybe.
Kind of like turns more.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit.
5'8" or 5'9".
But at the same time, like, we didn't take anything seriously from the beginning. So, you know, it's easy to point fingers at the last person.
Like you do, Mark.
The last known person.
By the way, this is the same chick that tried to discredit me so bad. As you guys know, Mark had a fiance before me who passed away. She tried to go around town here and make my man out to be some murderer. Fucking idiot. Little did she know we were actually living in and renting from his ex's mom before we moved here.
No.
Yes, she did.
No.
Yeah, she did that to my man. I was pissed. I always thought that her friend Jessica was her best friend. She was always getting into mischief. See, here's the thing. You'll notice, like, she wants to be the mouthpiece and on camera, and some people will try to distance themselves, Mark, and some people will try to put themselves like, well, I'm her bestie, and like they really interject themselves. And Mark, you can't deny that this one here has been the mouthpiece for the last 20 years on this case, making the narrative, much like we all know Don Wells to do, or Tim Mullen, whatever. That's her. That's this one here.
Did she start dating Sam after Courtney disappeared?
I cannot confirm or deny it because, of course, she'll deny. But Sam did get around, and especially, I do believe, before, from what I've been told, cannot prove it, numerous people in the community hearsay that while Courtney and Sam were on their little breakup, that Nicole and Sam were
Okay, in my opinion, Nicole and
but I
Sam
don't
have
know.
been together at one point or another.
Yes.
Nicole and Sam were doing the dirty.
Well, you just
okay?
heard Kendra say she even dated Sam. So if you remember
Right.
being that age, the whole group dates each other. You know what I mean? Like, or at least, I don't know, like.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm thinking after Courtney
jealous.
vanished, I think that Nicole and Sam were
Dated
doing.
again?
Yeah.
Interesting. You're not alone in that. I have no idea, but much of the community here agrees with that there was something before and after.
Yeah, and Lolo, the vibes that I'm like, I feel control. Like that's one of the first things that I thought. The word that popped in my mind as soon as I saw her face on the screen was control. And now after seeing her, I go back to she was absorbing and learning from Cher and Mark as much as they were trying to learn from her.
Yes.
In my opinion.
I get 2 words: yeast infection.
Well, I kind of feel like maybe it's just what I'm getting. I feel like that she something happened at the veterinary clinic because this one here was dating Courtney's boyfriend, and Courtney broke up with her and went back. Sam broke up with her and went back with Courtney, and this one didn't like it. And something happened there, and with Courtney gone, she could date and have Sam.
Right. And remember, Courtney was 13. Everybody else was older
Right.
than her. Yeah,
Right.
Look at my face. Look at me
Yeah,
looking
you're
at her
so-
like, you son of a bitch.
Girls can be very jealous. I mean, they're mean.
Especially at
Oh my
13.
god.
Girls are mean.
At 13 too. Like, I mean, 13, that's such an impressionable age. And if they're already possibly doing drugs and, you know, running around with bad influences and yeah.
And boys
I
can
agree
play you like that. If he was just playing both of them,
Yeah.
and they were,
He was playing everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Boys
like-
at that age, they're
well, if you
The tip.
guys get here, or Justin, if you do come here, I mean, obviously, I want everyone who can get here to get here because we can get some shit done. We aren't in a mansion or nothing, but we will make room for you, so you don't have to worry about a hotel. Or there's a hotel right down the street where I could like spit on it if you want your privacy too. So whatever. But listen, to get a feel of the community and how people act
Are
here.
you in Alberta?
No, Estevan. I'm here
Oh.
where Courtney went missing. Estevan, Saskatchewan.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah, what's the difference between Nicole's stature and Courtney's
Big.
stature?
I mean, sorry.
Courtney was
big.
slender
Yes.
and
Yes.
shorter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I'll pull
that's
her
what I was
picture up in
thinking.
a second. But yes, she was very scrawny little thing, and she's
Has this girl always been on the
colossal.
plus size?
She's a colossal size.
Was she that size when
she was
this happened?
young?
She was always bigger from my understanding, from me asking without trying to be me. But yeah, I asked that. I went there, and she's always been bigger in stature. Yes.
Big boned.
Big boned, healthy girl. Yeah.
And Bam is right. It could have been a fight and she hit her head or something. But I think that there was definitely something that happened. And I think that it was something that was nefarious. Like let's see, how do I word it? It wasn't like she just slipped and fell. Okay.
No,
If
no.
she hit her head, it was because there was a fight. If she overdosed, it was because they intentionally gave her too much. Something like that. Like it wasn't.
I don't know if it was intentionally even. I think, when
I don't think it
when
was
you're
intentional.
when you're 13 years old, you're just not used to anything.
I feel it was intentional. Maybe not to death, but it was intentional in a negative way. So like if it was a fight, they were fighting because it was a negative thing, and then maybe she hit her head, which caused death. Does that make sense? Like I'm not saying that they were trying to actually murder the girl, but I think that it was like they were trying to hurt her in some way, and maybe it just went too far.
Well, you
I
know
think
how
they
girls
were.
are, like I was with your boyfriend while you didn't know, or
And remember, they're all older than Courtney by several years too, right? So Courtney is, you know what I mean? Because Kendra was like 17 or 18. Nicole, like at the beginning of Kendra's interview, she said everybody else was a few years older than Courtney.
Okay. Right, Trishy. Spite. There was some kind of spite. Yeah, intent to hurt, but not unalive. Right. That's just what I'm feeling, and I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling right now.
I can be on the fence with a total accident, whatever, but then part of me does listen. I'm not like you and Tammy, but I do have dreams that come true. I can control my dreams. I feel like, okay, I have my own gifts, but what I honestly think is that, again, she was younger. I know Kendra was bullied by these people, and I know that Courtney was a few years younger, so very easy. And I think that people were drinking and being fucked up. I think some people were jealous of her that were there, and I think some shit went too far, like maybe trying to play vet with a human, maybe injecting things or whatever, and then to be bullies or whatever, but then maybe didn't really expect to kill her, but it happened. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's where I'm on the fence with an accident of messing around at the vet or drinking or too much drugs and everyone cover it up, whatever. Or was there some harassment going on and bullying and like just people going too far? Like, I don't know. I think those two things, honestly, in this case. Thank you, Angie. I will be printing up some flyers. Now, Mark, maybe this is where you can help me, because there was a $10,000 reward for information. It was either $5,000 or $10,000. I kept trying to call the Canadian Missing Children Association to see if the reward fund still was a standing thing, because I wanted to make new flyers and I want to know, can I put that on the flyer that there's a reward? Well, this one here started calling whatever, because I was asking everyone. I wasn't thinking like, oh, it looks like I want reward money. I wasn't thinking that at all, but that's what they twisted it into. I just want to know, does the $10,000 or the $5,000 reward stand? Because that, these days, especially in Canada, where everyone is grocery shopping at food banks, that would get someone talking.
Right. A reward is important to have on a flyer, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, people are often money motivated. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think that if you know something, you should say something, period. But it seems like people come forward, the bigger the dollar amount is.
So, my guess is, okay, I hear you. So, I will be texting you tomorrow, Mark, and then maybe if you call, it doesn't look so bad. I don't know. Otherwise, we have to figure out how we can come up. I don't know if we can get like $1,000 or something, and we'll well, it would have to go to an attorney to hold. I don't know. Like, I'm willing to figure out how we can crowdsource to get some kind of reward fund if there isn't. I don't know. But, Mark, you do have some great humans here that have chosen to be here tonight. Listen, there's a reason that I love these humans here, and they don't stop. They've been fighting for Summer for well over 3 years, and many other cases in children, and they don't give up. You can hear how smart they are, and that's what we need. Yeah, Mark and I have been dealing with this. We've put it down for, well over a year at least. And so it's good to have the fresh ears and eyes and takes and opinions, and let's try this, let's go and do this, because I'm only one person. I can't do it all, and I know I need the help. So I just appreciate you guys up here tonight and willing to take part in this. It makes me honestly so excited. So I can only imagine how Mark Struble feels, because I know how it makes me feel.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. Let me pull that up.
Share Courtney with us, and then also I know that you had said that you could get the police reports. Can you?
Yeah,
get,
I'll try and
like,
get what I
any.
Yeah,
Any and
I think we should be able to try. I'll get a hold
Maybe-
with Mark Struble
maybe
here
Mark.
and see what we can get done, because maybe him as her father
all right.
get a little
'Cause
further
she's a
than me.
minor. Right.
But they do try to keep him out of this for some reason.
Yeah, and see that's weird too. Like I don't understand that.
Honestly, if you talk like, I really want Justin. I really, I don't care, September, October, November, December, next year in the spring. I want you to come here, because I will take you to Walmart. We're gonna get stopped by 10 different people. You're gonna it's kind of, you have to be here, because it's wild. They really think, and even though some of these people will be like, Mark did some bad things, like Mark's not perfect, they still are set on it being the friend group.
Well, is anyone connected to law enforcement or anything that may be trying?
No, not. I mean, all right. Well, if I'm being real honest, I do think that the person running the Cold Case Society possibly knew Nicole growing up or something, or somehow that there's ties there, because why would she be allowed to go in and reread? Why are you going to tell me that you're hoping that I get forth new information so you can bust this case wide open if I do, to allowing these people to come in and reread statements they gave over a decade ago before doing an interview? That's weird.
Yeah.
Canada will let you in.
Yeah, they'll let
They've
you in,
let
Bema.
me in more times than I can count. I've been to Canada so many times.
Yeah, they'll let you in. You don't have
I
any
love my
felonies?
Canadian. I would live in Canada if it wasn't so freaking cold.
Is Mark listed as a suspect, like in the law enforcement's eyes?
So I think he was, because they went as far as searching his house. Even when the house was demolished before the new house, they searched it. They dug up in the yard, everything, nothing. So I haven't heard, honestly, that anybody's been cleared or who's a suspect or not a suspect, because everyone is.
What was his alibi?
Whose alibi?
Mark's.
Oh, Mark's alibi. Good question. I don't quite remember that now. Are you still in here, Mark? She needs
I haven't seen you.
cleanser energy. See, Mandy, I'm telling you. See, both you and Tammy are feeling something. Like, I'm telling you, something's up with her.
A Mr. Big Operation also, whatever that is.
What's that?
Oh, but that's not the answer to your question. Where were you? Yeah, what was your alibi for when your daughter went missing? Forgive me for not remembering, but we're here now, and we'll
Did
be
he ever
on
do
it.
any lie detector test or, like any polygraphs or anything to try to clear his name? I don't know how law enforcement works in Canada. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a common thing or not.
There was lie detectors done. Maybe there wasn't. I think. Moving between homes. That's right. Yep. So their
Okay,
house was actually
so-
up for sale. they were packing and move. That's true. Yep, they were moving between homes. Now
So he
I've
was in a
done.
vehicle.
Yeah, he might have been in a vehicle, or maybe he doesn't remember. Like, was he at
I mean,
one
like,
house or the other
was he at
house?
one of the homes or the other homes, or
Was there somebody who was with you that
maybe we
vouched for
can,
your whereabouts?
Melissa was there, and here's the thing: Melissa, his wife, is the only person who has not talked. Her family members are attorneys, though, so that makes sense. And the thing is everyone was trying to blame Mark and Melissa, so it makes sense to me. And here's the thing: Melissa wasn't too shy with me. She, like, you know, behind the scenes, she's
Did
not,
she speak
in
to
my
law
opinion.
enforcement though?
I think she spoke to law enforcement.
I mean, even if she had an attorney with her,
She just hasn't done
that's
like interviews. Yeah. I think she did not, but she just hasn't done like the interviews
maybe
or
we
been out
can,
in
if
the.
he'll do a call with us one day, all of us, maybe we can
Oh,
do like
he
a
will. Yeah.
conference call.
Yeah.
He said he
that would
just
be
wanted to listen
helpful.
tonight, but yeah, he's been up on panel, and I'm sure he'll. I'm Mark. Yeah, we'll get it worked out so that he'll be up here. He'll be able to answer, and you guys need to make contact with him as well
And
because.
we're
She's
not
got to be
saying
around there somewhere. Yeah, we
we're
just need
not
to
saying
know, like,
anything
Yeah.
negative.
yeah,
We just,
people's gonna say, "Where were you?" And
right.
we just gotta know where everybody was at. It's nothing
I mean, it's kind of
personal.
like law enforcement. They start with the immediate
Yeah.
circle and work their way out. It's the
Yeah.
same idea as what we're thinking
I
here.
feel like he's gonna be down. Yeah, it's Heidi Moon. We're
Yeah.
back on Courtney Strubel. The people in the town been begging for this for a long time. So, Mark, just know that like the town hasn't forgotten. They're all in it. They beg us every time. Like sometimes we want to wear disguises when we go out in town shopping. So just know you have support. You have not everyone's finger pointing at you, and Courtney's not forgotten. Not from my experience. And let me tell you, I went out there with intention on learning more and hearing and getting people talking about Courtney, and that's just what I've been doing, and it's been interesting. So, but yeah, we'll get Mark up here. You guys, I'm gonna do the playlist. I'm gonna work on that tonight.
Okay, cool.
And then tomorrow, I have some pictures. I have numerous articles. If you guys want to Google too on your end, but there's so many articles, you're gonna see who the mouthpiece is. You're gonna see that little things here and there keep changing depending on the article.
Right.
And it's I'm what did he just say? Haters on me mean nothing, so I treat them as such. There you go. There you go. So I will text with Mark here. And again, I'd love this to go around not just on my platform. So,
Yep.
even if I'm busy, y'all want to talk about it. And, Mark is on, he's Mark Struble on Facebook Messenger. I can send you guys his little information card. He's always been, in my opinion, upfront, always responds to you. And look at him up here tonight, not causing a scene, not, just answering what he can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Cher.
Yes.
Appreciate you for everything.
Justin,
Yeah,
I made it to 10. I made it to 12 words tonight. Are you proud?
I did. I counted 14.
I noticed earlier when she just hopped in, I was about to turn my camera on and start clapping, but I was like, no, it's too serious of a conversation. But I was proud of you. Proud of you. I know I'm like the little sister, but I feel like the big sister right now. Praying for justice for sweet Courtney. We're gonna get that justice because I know, like, I can't let it go. And
is there a Facebook group?
I don't think there is. And if maybe we should start our own because the people
That would be
running the
good.
Facebook group is actually
Right.
probably Little Miss Mouthpiece. To be honest.
Well, and I
Would
was
not-
thinking
would
about
be good.
history. I mean, it would be nice to have now, so just for us to be able to share things, other people could share things with us. But
Yeah.
I was thinking about kind of going back to the beginning and following some of the posts. But
Yeah, you can see, what people's posted over the years too, just by searching your name.
right.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Now, just so you know, we are being watched, definitely by Nicole. So everyone say hi, Nicole.
We're all being watched.
Yeah, and so now it's not just little me, but I
American
brought my little friends. Oh, look at. Oh, wait. All of us had our camera on. Wait, hold up. One more time, y'all. One more time. Look at. I got this flabby thing going. Yay. Hi, Nicole.
Oh wait, hold on, we'll do it right.
No, wait. BJLR. Come on
It
in.
puts
Come
the
on in,
lotion on
Nicole.
its skin.
Nicole, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. But so far, there's 4.
Hmm?
1 left, so there's 5, 6. Girl, we got a whole team now. So everyone on panel, I love you all. Thank you so much for making it about the children and not being a tragedy pimp. And you definitely, like, you're proving that right now. So fuck them, fuck the haters, fuck what people say.
I've been
Struble,
called worse. I've been called
Same.
worse by better. Okay,
There
way
you
better,
go.
bigger and better. It's okay.
Yep.
That's right.
I went to a very preppy high school. Okay.
Thank you, Jen.
Aussie, hey Aussie True Crime, and everyone in chat. So sorry if we didn't get to you. And Angie, again, thank you for that. Smiley, not the real Smiley creator and that we know. This is a different Smiley. Cute pic. Thank you for becoming a member.
That's so cute.
Very cute pic.
That is
And yes, I am gonna jump off of here. I'm going to make the playlist. So be watching. Give me about an hour, and I'll have the playlist. I'll have Mark help me. We'll get the playlist ready, and you guys already know how to get a hold of me. And yeah, we'll figure out because you guys are smart, and I'm gonna have to lay off the pot because I want to do a good job on this. So yeah, I might like for real. I'll do it for Courtney. I will lay off the pot for Courtney. So, again, thank you everyone. Love you guys. Everyone in chat, members, chat, thank you for being here. Even though it's not like, the pop-in stream, because it's not drama of Dawn Wells or Pussyfoot or whatever.
I mean,
Thank
we
you
can
for
start
making it about
yelling at
Courtney.
each other if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I'm good. I'm good. I've gone through hell too much, and then I find myself surrounded with the OGs. I'm good. That's it.
Dang it, Cher,
Done.
quit being so reasonable. Gosh.
God, I hate it when you're reasonable.
God, you might want to
We're gonna get
look
up right
in the
now for being
mirror.
reasonable.
Everybody
I'm
look
telling
in the mirror. It's y'all fault for reeling me in. What Mark couldn't, you guys do. So. No, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So thank you all. I love you guys. I'm going to end this and get right on working on that playlist. Mark Struble, thank you. And I'm going to be getting these humans in touch with you. So you'll know it. So anyways, I hope we make a difference. Thank you for being here tonight. Love everyone.
Loves.
Be kind to everyone. Try just one time not to be hateful. Tomorrow, just one time.
Oh, that's
Don't write a hateful comment. Just, I don't care if you know them or not. For once, like, can we do this challenge? Like, for me, for the kids that we talk about that are missing and probably went through their own hell. Like, can we this week, instead of writing something hateful, pick anyone, I don't care, and just say one kind thing. I'm going to be watching these streets through the rest of the week and weekend. I'd really like to be seeing, let's give people some flowers instead of hate this week. Can we do that? Like, on behalf of the children we talk about?
Can it be stinky flowers?
Give them their flowers.
Yeah, like flowers are flowers. Damn.
Listen, roses have thorns. Don't forget it.
I always say in my videos now, I always say, may you have the kind of day that karma feels you have earned.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, ponder that, okay? Because if you take offense to it, that means you're doing some fuckery shit, okay?
Nicole.
But if you're...
I always in my videos with something, too. I always say, be kind to everyone, everywhere, and especially to yourself.
Ooh, I like that. Justin, do you have one?
I love y'all.
No.
Ah,
You say you could spend your time anywhere, but you
Oh,
chose to be
yeah.
here with me.
You do, yeah.
Yes. I say,
yes.
yeah, that's what I say. Yep.
I love that
Yep.
And then, oh, there's the flowers. Seek
because
truth,
time is
find truth.
precious.
And then I'm just like,